What's going on, everybody? We are back. It's your favorite podcast, the number one podcast, filmed live on Wednesday nights from 7 to 8:30, sometimes but not all the times, at the Chad's Media Studios.
I feel like that was a shot at ourselves.
Yeah,
It's been a busy run, man.
Corey said something wild earlier, so that's not
What
as
did I
bad.
say?
The same thing to the interns.
Oh,
essentially.
yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
It's been a busy couple weeks.
It has been.
I had something. You guys had something.
We're back, though.
But we are back.
Yeah.
And we have lots to talk about tonight.
We do.
That's when we took
That's
off.
a good thing about
Right.
That's a good
I know.
thing
It
about
is,
not being here for a
it
while.
is kind of nice when we take that little break off. It kind of builds. We don't really have to plan out what we're going to say.
There's just
we just
plenty
let
to talk
we just
about.
let sports happen.
Yeah.
And I will say, me and my
We
dad
let
were
sports be sports.
right. Me and my dad talked about this this week, and for no football going on right now, there's a lot of really fun things happening,
Sure.
especially in the Dallas sports world. Mavs are good, Stars are good, Rangers just started, they're good,
It's a rare, fun time to be a Dallas sports fan.
right?
We don't have a ton of them.
Right.
But right now is one of them. But yeah, if you've been hanging out with us now is our Wyatt Langford episode number 36.
How do we feel about 36? Kind of. I mean, I don't know that there were a lot of great options, but it's better than 82.
Yeah, I like it.
That's factual,
I think
yeah.
it looks right.
Yeah.
It looks right. But yeah, if you've been hanging out with us this whole time, thank you so much. Welcome back. If this is your first time, I'm Tyler Lennon. That is Ryan Humphreys. That's Corey Hankins, and we are down and out.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
I always like to sneak that in there.
It does suck
Thank you.
that
What's going on, everybody?
obviously as the resident Cowboy truther, I do have to admit at this very moment, the Cowboys are fourth of four Dallas teams
Pretty
in terms of
handedly.
just what's going on, what could happen. You gotta say that Dallas, the Cowboys are fourth.
Yeah, and it's not even close.
No,
There's not a close
let's
well,
rank them.
maybe.
Let's rank them real quick.
Okay. I mean,
I think the
Rangers won. We're the world champions.
No, I know, yes, but let's rank it as likelihood to win the championship.
I still think I put them one.
Again?
I think they're 1A.
Well, I think you
Like
have to
this
go
year?
Stars
I
one.
think they're 1A, Stars are 1B. Or
Because
however you want to do it.
Because the Stars are first place in the Western Conference with 6 games to go.
Yes.
I would say Rangers 2, and then Dallas Mavericks 3.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That'd be my list.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with that just because, the Mavericks, they're good right now, but you really, like Tyler was saying the other day, teams that are on a hot streak, they kind of seem to cool off a little bit when it comes to playoff time. And, it all just kind of evens out. And really what it's looking like is
I was talking about
11.
specifically, there was one specific team I said I thought was in need of, not in need, but on schedule for a cool down.
yeah.
11-2 since we told Tyler that he needed
to grow up.
He needed to take a look in the mirror.
Yeah.
I think that's our record since that comment.
I think so.
But
I think
they
so.
did
It's
lose
been
last
fun.
night. But I think we're gonna make the playoffs. That's good. I hope
Probably
we
going
can
to play the Clippers in the first round, which is even better.
Is that right?
It's 4 and 5
At the moment, that's what it would be. Clippers,
Okay.
Mavericks.
Okay.
Of course, we are tied
I just don't
with
want to be in the
Pelicans,
play-in
so-
game. I just want to be in the play-in game.
Yeah, for sure get one of those 6, which it's still, you only have a 1-game lead on the Kings and the Suns, who are 7 and 8. So, got to finish strong. But
It was nice to beat the Kings back-to-back
twice.
nights or
I
back-to-back
genuinely
games.
did not think they would
Clippers
do that.
got thrashed
Yep.
by the Kings also.
If you told me that they didn't split, that one of those two swept, I'd be like, damn, we lost
So
both to the Kings.
how many
huh?
are left for the Mavs?
The Mavericks have 7 left.
Okay. Will you go down the list for me?
Yep, let me pull it up for you. I think 7 left. I might be bad at math. Okay, the remaining schedule this year is we've got the Hawks tomorrow at home
Win.
Dub.
versus Golden State the night after, Friday
Win.
night,
Revenge win.
Dub.
versus Houston
Dub.
on Sunday. So 3 home games in a row.
Houston's peaking at the right time.
Dub.
Yeah,
dub.
but we just beat them pretty bad the other day
That's true.
at their place. Then you got at Charlotte, at Miami on back-to-back nights. You win one of those.
Okay. One of those is fine. Yeah, 4-1.
Then versus Detroit,
Win.
and then at OKC to finish the year.
That's the last one.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
going to be a tough game. But
I-
luckily,
I-
So, yes, 7.
You're going to win 5 of those games.
yeah, and odds are
Yeah.
by the time you get to that OKC game, all the seeds are going to be established. It's
Or
going to be
they're not.
Hopefully.
that's true.
Or they're not.
I hope so.
Are they the number 1 seed? Is that locked up?
The
I don't think so.
OKC is half a game back. Them and the Timberwolves are tied at second and third,
Wow.
half a
I
game
believe-
back of the Nuggets at 1.
I believe OKC's got a pretty tough pretty tough game.
Let's
coming
go
up
through that
tonight.
one too.
I'm gonna say I think they've got a pretty rough one tonight, if I remember. Let me look at who.
Speaking of
They're
okay,
playing the Celtics right now. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that's
tough.
At
one.
Celtics, at Pacers, at Hornets versus Kings versus Spurs versus Bucks versus Mavs.
yeah,
I
a couple in there.
I wanted to say Celtics, but I didn't know for sure, and I'm trying not to
Yeah,
say
it
things
is.
I don't know.
Speaking
for
of
sure.
OKC,
Look at you.
how do you
Growing.
guys rank the MVP race right now?
It's got to be Luka.
Unfortunately, it doesn't
The
appear
odds,
to
the
be.
I know.
odds
I
are
hate that it's not.
screaming for a three-peat for
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic,
I
but
just-
I
I
don't
feel
know
like-
how it's not Luka.
Yeah, it's got to be Luka. Voter fatigue has to factor in there somehow.
That's what I'm saying.
You
And
know
not,
what I mean?
not to bring up whatever LeBron
I was
stuff.
going
but
there.
They did that for a decade, where it was just
Yeah.
like, hey, we're not giving it to LeBron. Just
Yeah.
somebody else do something. Russell Westbrook, average triple double, MVP next year. Average triple double, not MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, I mean, I'm not saying that Jokic isn't having a great year. I am saying that Luka is having an MVP season, and let's give it to Luka.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Not only is it going to be a three-peat, he's minus 700.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even
It's
close.
ridiculous.
Luka has made his way all the way up to number 2, though, so that's good.
Right.
He was like 4
Shea
or 5.
is
Shea is 3.
He's kind of out
He's
of
a
it.
stat patter though.
and
I
then Tatum 4. I like SGA a lot. But
I love him, and it makes us look terrible that he's now an all-star and possible MVP.
yeah, it's not great.
I didn't like that. Whenever that trade happened, I loved that we got Paul George, but I was sitting there like, did we have to give up SGA?
I did not realize he was going to be this. I thought he was like a good little rookie.
No,
but
I remember his rookie year. I was like, he was my guy. Like I was like, I love this dude. And
Where'd he go to college?
Where did he go to college?
Fresno.
No, I,
No, but I
He
have
was like
no
a
clue.
I wanted to say Kentucky, but maybe
You
I
might
might
be
be way
right
wrong
there.
about that.
I don't know.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Well,
Look
that
at
was
you.
just
Don't ever
pretty.
doubt yourself.
Well, there's like 3 schools that you could guess, and you,
I thought it was them or Duke. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Have y'all seen the talk about DJ Burns for NC State? There's a lot of NFL scouts wanting to take a look at
Yeah.
him for tackle.
Yep.
Really? I had not seen that.
Footwork's good, speed, athleticism.
Did you guys get to watch a lot of March Madness?
Oh,
Yeah.
a
They
ton.
the
watched a
first
good
and
bit.
second weekend.
Yeah, and I have no complaints. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Very good.
I have no
Very
complaints.
It was fun. It was a lot of, and I do think it's interesting that there's obviously seasons like last year where, and I'm not trying to take away anything from UConn, but there are seasons where the best team over the course of the season doesn't necessarily make it to the
Yeah.
end. I do think, however, that the best 2 teams in the country
Yeah.
are still left, and
Yeah.
in UConn and Purdue.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the national championship, and I think it's going to be a good one.
I don't know. Alabama might knock off UConn.
I just don't see it, man. UConn is
there was
slapping people.
if there was a pick to knock off UConn, it would be Alabama. I think.
Well, you do realize, have you looked at the bracket?
I know, and I hate that
So
because I don't want them
if
to.
UConn, it's with Corey
And DJ.
Abram. Okay.
Oh, is that who that is?
I was wondering who DJ was. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I assume. I assume it is. If it's
He's
not
got.
Abram, then
He's got the
Could
better.
be, I didn't know if it was Wilkerson maybe or.
That's true.
Well, now I don't know, but it's DJ. It's like DJ 4687521.
Gotcha.
ESPN
I didn't know
fan.
if as the host you could see email addresses or anything.
I probably could figure it out, but
So-
but anyways, it comes down to the better that UConn does, Corey will win it. The better that Purdue does, DJ would win it.
So he's got a 60.9% chance to win right now, even though I'm in first. So I need Purdue to not win it all.
Does he have UConn in the national championship?
I bet he does.
That's
Let me
why.
look.
Ooh, that makes it tough.
That does.
Yeah, he's got UConn in the national championship.
Okay, well,
So you need them to win. You need UConn to
I
win
need
the
UConn
national
to win it all.
you need them to win it all, and best case, if Purdue loses in the semis, you win.
Yeah, it's over.
True. That is also true. Here's my question.
Because I didn't
They're
have.
not gonna though.
I did not have.
No, probably not.
I did not have NC State or Purdue in the Final Four.
No one had NC State in the Final Four. To be completely fair, but yes.
I will say in one of my brackets I did. I also had Oakland over Kentucky.
Wow.
So I did 2 brackets. I did a research bracket, which is the one that I
A
submitted.
research bracket.
That was the
You
one
probably
that I
did
submitted.
better in the other one.
And then the Just for Vibes bracket. And at first, the Just for Vibes bracket was killing it, and the research one was sucking. And now they're tied.
I'm rooting for you.
I wanna
We don't
win it.
want any guests on
Yeah,
I was
that.
going
I
to
wanna
say what
win it
happens
all.
if he wins. So for anyone that doesn't know, the
Corey gets to be on the show.
incentive to play.
I switched spots with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I switched
That'd be
spots
fun.
with
He
you.
gets wait, which one of us did worse?
Me.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
I switched spots.
I think you
It
did-
was looking
you did-
rough for
you-
a minute.
In the beginning, it was like scary bad.
It was like, I'm going to get dead last. Now you only have 10 more points than
Yeah.
I do. But yeah, it was close.
I had a great
I get to
opening
host the
weekend.
show.
I did too. I
I
started
just-
out like 6-0. I was like, dude.
Like the 5 losses I had in opening weekend, I think 3 of those were in my Elite 8.
Oh.
And it was like, oh, next weekend's going to be rough.
See, that's what helped me is like a lot of my losses, I didn't have them going deep.
The key is to keep like your Elite 8 the longest you can because you need to be able to get those points later on. But that's pretty cool, Corey.
I think you get more points each round.
You,
right? I
you
think,
do. You do.
I do want to give some advice if I can. As
Okay.
someone coming from the bottom here.
Okay.
I had this
Started
strategy.
from the bottom.
Never use this.
Okay.
I'm letting people know what not to do. But I've always been like one of 2 ways. Either like just vibes or like doing like some research. So this year I had this weird strategy. Again, I'm wild ADHD and I come up with like patterns and systems for everything I do. They don't make sense to anyone but me. But
That's enough.
so I started off with going like by each round. So in the first round, you're trying to get to the round of 32, right? So I would look at the Kim Palm ranking. Are you one of the top 32? If you're not, that puts you on upset alert. And then I start looking at the other team, kind of going off like defensive ratings and stuff. And that's how I figured out who would be on upset watch for each round. So then in the next round, are you one of the top 16? If you're not, you're on upset alert. And it looked real good for like a day.
Yeah.
And then it was just awful.
I did use, we talked about that if you're top 25 and top
Adjusted
45,
offensive
like
efficiency
in the Kim
and-
Palm deal. I did that to pick like tiebreakers, and then I did pick Purdue to win the national championship,
Nice.
and they were inside of that. So
I would think them and UConn are both obviously
They
inside that.
are.
And Alabama's
Yeah.
either right outside it or
I can't remember. I had it all written down, but it was only like 7 teams that were basically eligible to win the national championship.
According to the Gordon Palm, is Alabama's top.
Okay,
That's what I used to
Gordon
pick a
Palm's
lot
a
of
fun
mine.
thing that we've been using.
I've been using a lot of that.
is that
It's on TikTok.
It's hard to explain, but yeah,
It's
he
based
he
off-
breaks every single game down like very vividly, very clearly in a way
Yeah.
that anyone can understand.
I would
but
love
yeah.
to just have like a Ryan
A Ryan Palm.
Ryan Palm.
Ryan stat.
So
like,
he uses.
their Ryan rating is the Ryan rating. That's what
That
we
would be
call-
fire.
Yeah, their Ryan rating's a 97. That's pretty good.
I think he uses adjusted offensive efficiency and pace of play.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen that guy.
So yes,
His is all about if they're a good offensive team and they play this fast or this slow, it can work, or so on and so forth.
and like Houston was in his snail offense at the very bottom, and so that's why I was like, okay, when they get to a certain point, I've got to not pick them, and that's what I did.
I will say the best tournament game. I don't know, maybe Kentucky and Oakland, but Houston and A&M was.
Oh, it was
That was
electric.
very good.
That was fun.
Very fun.
A&M goes on a 13 and 3 run with like a minute and 10 seconds to play
Has there
to
not,
go to OT.
Has there been a lot of buzzer beaters this year? Or not
So
really.
there was-
Maybe 2. I think
There
Florida
hasn't been any,
lost
like,
on a buzzer beater.
It was
Fulham or what?
Was
who
it
last
Illinois,
year?
Iowa State that like was almost at the buzzer? Was pretty much a buzzer beater.
Maybe I don't remember.
Colorado beat Florida. on
Colorado was. That's what I'm thinking.
It was like
of.
point
Yes.
6
yeah.
seconds
Yeah,
or something.
it was essentially a buzzer beater, but
Did you know a buzzer beater is technically any go-ahead shot or tying shot inside of 2 seconds?
Really?
okay.
It's like
You're
the
beating the
technical-
buzzer. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
like
that's like if you looked up, what's Tyler's shooting percentage on buzzer beaters? It would have to fit that criteria.
Gotcha.
Huh.
Okay, I did not know that.
There you go.
We're learning today.
There you
That's
go.
Hey,
fun.
you come to this show.
Yeah,
You gonna learn a couple.
You learn
things.
1 or 2 things: how to smoke meat,
Amen,
what
brother.
classifies as a buzzer beater.
Amen, brother.
Oh, also, this is fun. There's still chance for Purdue to lose to a double-digit seed for the 4th year in a row.
Oh,
4th year or
yeah.
5th year in a row. I don't remember, but
I
yeah,
think
it's
it's-
like
yeah.
4 or 5.
I suddenly feel way less about my
Yeah.
Purdue pick.
The more I look at Purdue, the more I think we can beat them.
I do love that we've got Jen Zebo from NC State. He's so much
He's
fun.
been fun to watch.
Zebo is one of my favorite players of all time, and he's very Zebo-ish. And
There-
did you hear Jokic the other day was like going on and on about how good he is?
He's not. I don't think he's going to translate to the NBA, but he's been fun to watch.
How do y'all feel about Edie
Somebody's
in
going to
the
take a
NBA?
Somebody's going to take a flyer on him, and I think
mean, he's
it's 50-50.
projected as like a lottery pick.
We talked
Really,
about. we
I've
talked
seen
about
everything
college-
from lottery to second round
Gotcha.
on him.
We talked about like NCAA centers and just how that's just not really a thing in the NBA. But I don't know, 7'4", 300 pounds. He can
moves
shoot-
pretty good.
He can shoot free throws.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad if the Clippers took a shot at him.
Right,
if he was available.
like if he was a Maverick, I'd be like, oh wow, that's pretty
honestly.
cool. You know,
and
Dude, I dare y'all to look up a mock draft right now.
okay.
the NBA.
I couldn't tell you anybody
I don't-
outside
I
of the
don't-
top.
No, Ryan, I don't think you can name a single person in the top 10 right now. I would be willing to bet you could not name a top 10
obviously
projected pick.
Zach Edey's not in the top 10.
He is not. He is.
You'd be willing to bet I can't name a top 10 pick. You're
genuinely
probably
don't
right.
think so.
You're probably right.
I don't know.
How many of them are in college
Okay.
or in America
1,
college?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah,
8 of them, dude. That's
There's
the
2 from
Where
France.
is Edey?
Obviously, I love March Madness and I love college basketball, and I think it's great. My biggest complaint, and there's no way to fix it, but the one and done, you just don't learn people like you could in the back in the day. Like there were no.
I think NIL might change that though. Honestly,
Maybe.
It's certainly
the only thing
yeah,
that-
it's certainly going to for women's basketball.
Yeah, the
Or
only thing
is
that's
it Angel Reese declared for the draft today?
oh, did she?
She did. which
The
is a
only thing
bummer.
that's hurting
For anyone that doesn't know, we got
the
our,
oh yeah,
Go Tigers.
oh
Nice. That's cute.
Very sad
go
day.
Tigers. The only thing that's hurt, well, not the only thing. The one of the many things
Was
that's
that you or
hurting the
him?
NBA with the one and dones is the fact that people can go to the G League straight out of high school.
Right.
You know, and you have this overtime elite and all that kind of other stuff.
This has
Well, let me
Edey
tell
as
you
a
what,
second round
Corey.
pick. You're right.
That's a stupid move.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, this one
That
has
is
him second
stupid.
round to the 76ers.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I'm
were on the
looking.
same one.
I'm looking at a mock draft. Zachary Rassacher, no clue.
France.
Rob Dillingham. So we've got 2 Frenchmen in the top 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Dang, are they going to be? They going to be filthy in the Olympics?
Oh, they should
and might be
yeah.
with Wemby.
In Wemby
Yeah.
from France?
Wemby,
Hey.
who's the center for the Timberwolves? Gobert. He's a Frenchman.
He's a Frenchman. Yep.
Yeah, he's a French fry.
Easy there.
Dalton,
okay.
They've got Dalton Connect going to the Spurs.
I
like
do
that.
know the name Jacoby Walter from Baylor. I wouldn't
go.
have ever said that, but hey, number 8th overall pick that I'm looking at, France. Wow. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this,
Alexandre
on this French
Sarr?
group, man.
Ryan's
seeing-
suddenly very interested in like
There's a
French basketball.
there's a Serbian in there too. Better watch out for them.
And his name is Nikola.
Yeah.
It's over.
I think every third
Topic.
guy from Serbia, his name's Nikola.
Also,
Like
Ron
1 out of
Holland.
3.
Ron
Yeah,
Holland
I
is
was just
high as
looking at
3 or
that.
18. That's
I
wild.
was just looking at that. I'm
These
trying to
are
see
like-
what the
Who are they giving the Mavs? The Mavs probably don't even have a pick.
No.
they don't.
Do we have a second round pick?
Wait, hold up. One mock draft has the Mavs having a pick, and the second mock draft does not have the Mavericks having a pick.
Maybe
What
it's
pick did
factored
they
in
have?
trades or something. Well, it might be like a
They might be.
It is.
What pick
Dude,
did
the
they
NBA
have?
draft's so stupid. 28.
28.
Does that mean they're losing in the Western Conference Finals?
Ooh, I like that.
Love that one.
I like that a lot.
This
I don't even know.
they have us taking Nifali Dante out of Oregon at the 47th overall pick. Really can't wait to see how he pans out.
It's just the NBA
these
draft
dudes
sucks so
don't-
bad
they
because
don't
they're not
matter.
even, they're not even gonna make the roster.
No,
Like, I mean,
once you get
I don't
out
know.
of the top 10, it's just like meh.
okay. So who do y'all have? Who do y'all have this week in the Final Four? We'll talk men's first, and then we need to talk about women's Final Four.
I've got the
as well.
Sycamores winning the NIT.
Okay,
That's for sure.
that's good.
Robbie Avila.
There you go.
That-
Kareem
that's-
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, cream.
Cream, yeah.
Oh, dude. No, I think UConn's winning it all.
Okay.
I as much as I believe in the Gordon Palm, I can't look at a team who's covered handedly the entire tournament.
They're not covering. They are
This is
spanking
smacking the
people.
If you bet the spread on UConn every single game, you're living life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
but I
doubt.
did see a deal where if you had put $100 on NC State money line and just carried it over to each game,
Oh my gosh.
it's like $600,000
Yeah, I
or
saw
something.
that.
It's wild.
I saw that.
But yeah, I think their runs come to an end probably.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
They're
been
not
fun.
as much of an underdog as the other game though.
No.
They're only an 8.5 point dog.
Who is? Oh,
NC
NC
State.
State. Yeah.
I will go UConn and Purdue, and I'm going to rock with my original pick, even though UConn has probably been the scariest team, but I will go Purdue.
I would
Something's got to give at some point.
I would make an
Purdue-
argument. This is like the ideal Final Four. You get probably the 2 best teams in basketball,
Right.
then you get a 4 seed and an
Yep.
11 seed.
Yeah,
like
just some
that's
fun.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. I agree.
What? Who was it? Was it NC State that made a run last year? Or no, that was San Diego State,
San Diego
San
State.
Diego.
and they got smacked by the
Yeah.
old UConn-Roonies.
Yeah,
Making
they
it to the
did.
Final Four is huge.
Oh,
yeah,
no
it's
doubt.
a big deal. It's a very
No
big
doubt.
deal. You can get if you make it to the Final Four. Odds are you're not coaching there next year. You're on to bigger things.
Have you seen the post? They're like, it'll be a picture of like Zebo trying to guard Yao Ming. It's like, I'm gonna tell my kids this was this was DJ Burns and Edey.
that first collision's gonna send shockwaves
It's
through
gonna be fun.
Arizona.
I like DJ Burns a lot. He's fun.
He's
All
fun.
right, let's talk women's Elite Eight.
Well,
Which-
Tab said in all caps, we don't care. So I don't know.
We very much do care.
We do.
The women's basketball has been very fun to watch this year.
you're not bringing up his first comment. And his first comment is in all caps.
Oh.
Iowa.
Oh yeah,
I know that
he's
pisses
banned
Tyler
from the
off.
chat. He's banned from the chat.
Tab's banned
no
from
more
calling
Tabs.
in.
I really, really, really enjoyed watching LSU.
I actually can put him in timeout.
Yeah.
All right.
I really enjoyed watching LSU and Iowa. 90 points
fun to watch.
in the first half.
Tabs has been banned for 1 minute.
That's exciting basketball.
It deleted his messages.
Tyler's
bad.
having way too much fun in the chat.
I'm on a power trip right now.
But no, LSU Iowa, it was a blast.
It was a blast. Well,
Except for Haley Van Lith. God bless her
she's
heart.
awful. She is awful.
No, Kim Mulkey put her in a can't-win position.
Okay, here's my thing.
She was on an island way too much.
She was
Yes.
going to get cooked regardless. Whoever guarded her was going to get cooked regardless. But she was even worse on offense than she was on defense. And to have waited that long to put 4 on her, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Every time Flage did get matched up with her, she would do a decent job of trying to contain her. I don't know. Kim Mulkey, I don't like that
just
woman to
wasn't-
begin with, but
I don't know. I think she just got too caught up in that article about her, and she's worried about that.
Oh,
Think so?
that little 3.5 minute speech she did on Twitter.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
look, you need to get in the lab and figure
Yeah.
out how to cover.
Figure out how you're gonna stop
Kaylin
this.
Clark.
That's
not,
fair.
Not worrying about some magazine that's going to come
Yeah.
out.
I
Kim,
just,
you don't have Brittany Griner to bail you out. All right.
Caitlin was. I mean, she was a dog, and you could tell she'd been thinking about that all off season long.
Oh, she's a dog.
She is.
She's absolutely.
I mean, she's the
Filthy.
greatest college basketball player of all time.
Till Juju Watkins finishes her
Hear me
senior
out.
year.
Hear me out. I thought about this the other day. Let's look at the greatest basketball players of all time. Michael Jordan is nowhere near considered to be the greatest college player of all time. LeBron didn't play in college. Kobe didn't play in college. So now on the all-time great list, Hakeem Olajuwon, maybe
No.
Pistol Pete probably.
Didn't she break his record?
She
though?
did. That's what I'm saying. Tebs, you're about to get banned again, but
I don't want to do this to you, buddy, but I will. You're like me talking to my kids. I don't want to spank you, dude, but I will.
this hurts me more than it hurts
Yeah.
you, Tebs. I don't know what you want me to do. I will say,
What about Doug McDermott though?
Dougie McBuckets. His dad's still the coach at
I know.
at Creighton.
No. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest college player of all time.
I'm trying to find some stats.
You know what?
He
Bill
won,
Walton.
Him, Bill Walton, Bill Russell.
He won
any of
three
those.
national. He won 3 national championships.
You talked me into it. Maya Moore. That's
We're not
good
even
one.
talking about this Lou Alcindor, dude.
He was good too.
I mean, the
That was
stats,
good.
they're
That was
neck
pretty-
and neck.
that was
Like,
pretty
That's
funny,
like
Corey.
that
Yeah,
is- that is
Kareem,
you at your
Kareem
best, Corey.
and Lou
You brought it.
Alcindor both
was good.
averaged 26 points a game. What are the
What
odds?
That
in
is
the world?
wild.
Corey, that was
Very
like that?
similar
Hey,
careers.
that was good.
That was solid.
That was good.
I do have some
That
thoughts.
was pretty good.
On
what y'all don't know is I really didn't know. No, I'm
Right.
joking. I'm joking.
that would be fun. I do have some thoughts.
It is
on
sad he didn't have a
why-
great NBA career though.
Yeah, poor guy. Just
Never
kind of
made
fell
it.
off, huh?
Well, he went to Milwaukee and then just never really took off from there. You know,
Oh man.
pretty funny.
That's good.
That was good. All right, what's our
sorry.
thought?
Okay, I had some thoughts the other day on why women's college basketball has become so popular and why it's as good as it is.
Okay.
And I think
Ooh.
what women's college basketball is right now is what men's college basketball was like when we were kids. Like you had a bunch of really good names, people stayed for a long time, you kind of got to know them.
Yep.
But two, their style of play is very reminiscent to 90s and 2000s NBA that I grew up loving. A lot of play through the post, a lot of pump fake mid-range jumpers. It's very reminiscent of that. And I
I feel
think
like there's
that's
a lot
why-
of dribble drive and
A lot of it.
huge fouls at the rim.
a lot
I
of
feel
it.
like
yeah.
girls are getting smoked.
They're getting, dude.
They're getting
yes.
smoked.
And a lot of the time it is not called.
No,
they're
yeah.
just like, nah, figure it out.
Nah, that's
Play
all
through
you-
it.
That's
It's
honestly
been
a good
fun to
point.
watch.
Now let me ask you this, Tyler, and I know that you follow it better than I do, but why the popularity in women's college basketball and zero popularity in the WNBA?
I can't figure that out. I genuinely do not understand.
Is there? I mean,
It
correct
might
me
be
if
on
I'm
the
wrong,
rise.
but
I
there-
halfway think we're going to see more of it this year, but I'm not, I can't promise that by any
but it's
means.
just like the Sabrina chick. Okay,
Yeah. Ionescu.
great college player. And I know there's a little bit of hype around her in the WNBA, but I couldn't tell you anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no
I
idea.
know nothing.
Name me where she plays.
Maybe,
What's
maybe.
the team that she plays on?
They're green.
Is it the Mercury?
Are they
I have
green?
no idea.
It's either the New York something or the Mercury.
It's
The
New
Liberty?
York. It's New York. I think it's the
Liberty?
New York Liberty.
Okay.
Hey,
Cool.
we got there. Hey,
Look
good
at
job,
us.
guys.
Yeah. I knew there was some green
The
in there.
three of us together
Yeah.
can figure it out.
But that's
A
my
plus
point.
for equality there.
That's exactly my point.
Maybe Caitlin Clark will change that. I don't know. I also think there seems to be more marketing around college. Like they're kind of pushing that.
Yeah, and I remember like last year or the year before, like there was a lot of when you would do your bracket, there was a lot of push on the
Yes.
women's tournament side. And I for one, I was like, I do not care. Like that, you can market as much as you want. I don't care. But now, like you're not having to. I'm having to track them down to find the games. Like I watched USC and maybe it was, no. It was earlier in the
Okay.
bracket. Maybe it was like USC and Colorado or something like that.
Okay.
And it was electric. It was great. And it's good. It's good basketball, man. It's
I
fun to
do-
watch. And I think once the elitist nature of like dudes who like college basketball get out of like, oh, I've been watching girls college basketball. I've been watching WNBA. You're just now watching it. It's been so much better. Once that kind of fades out, and
I
once
will say some of that's annoying, but some of it's funny because like literally today when Angel Reese declared, someone was like, she's got to spend the entire offseason working on her jump shot. She's got to improve this. And someone's like, yeah, opening night's in like 4 weeks, Bubba. Like, I don't know where you think she's going to get all this time from. But
I do think if the WNBA got some names like Juju, like Caitlin Clark, like Angel Reese, and they started rivalries, because the thing that's made
true.
college NCAA girls college basketball so much more electric this year is the build up to the rematch between LSU and Iowa.
That comes from playing there for 4 years.
Yes, and the personalities
you had
involved.
You had that back in the day. You had Larry Bird and Magic. You had those
like
guys,
the Fab Five, all of them.
The Houston Faisal Majama. You had names over a period of time, and so you could build those narratives.
every
Whereas
generation
now,
had a Duke squad that stayed there for 4 years.
Now in the men's side, it's hey, that's Duke, and we know Duke is good.
Yeah.
And we know that Kentucky is going to have guys, but who are those guys?
Speaking of,
Well, imagine if Zion was still in college right now.
Would he be? I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, close, but yes.
2019.
him and DJ Burns were in the same class. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be close.
Yeah, that's wild.
But it's like 4 years of KD at Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you
Oh
know,
my
like
gosh.
be crazy. Be crazy.
It'd be fun to watch. That's for sure.
Would be.
I did want to say, Gage said in the comments that off topic, but he can't wait for the Masters episode. I guess not only will we have a Masters episode, but
I was just commenting back
the
on
Saturday of the Masters, we're going to have a live show
Yeah.
that'll be ran on here. It's not going to be called Down and Out, but just,
We'll be live from Sabo Provisions.
yes, from
Yes.
11 to 1 or
believe
noon
so.
to 2.
12 to 2.
12
I
to
think.
2.
yeah, I
Okay.
think.
But yeah, we will literally be live during the Masters.
Yeah, come see
12
us.
to 2 on
moving,
Saturday.
on moving day.
Yes,
Oh.
that'll be a lot of fun.
And some
if you're
moving
in
will be
town,
happening.
come up to Sabo Provisions.
Yeah.
Come hang out.
And
with us.
odds are, if you're, alive, they say, you're going to be in Sulphur Springs that weekend because
Yeah,
the
that is
eclipse is
true.
on Monday.
Dude,
They're already here.
Tough break though on the weather.
It's not great.
Saying there's
Yeah.
going to be a little bit of cloud cover.
It's
Yeah.
not great.
We need those clouds to kind of
I will say,
move on out of here.
I've been very because me and you were joking about it, like back during football season, we were like, who cares? But the closer we get to it, I had a buddy who was there for the last one a few years ago, but it was in like South Dakota or something. I don't remember.
Boo.
But he was like, dude, no, you're going to love it. Like, it's very cool, very
Well, and they're
spooky, very
saying-
creepy, but
They're saying one of this magnitude, it's been like 200 years.
yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be dope
Again,
if we get to see it.
I am excited about it. I'm intrigued.
You'll be at
I'm
home.
going to be locked in
Wouldn't
for
travel
it.
for it,
I'm
but-
definitely not leaving
Right.
anywhere.
How far
to
would
go-
you drive?
If I wasn't going to be here already,
How far would you drive? 2 hours? 3 hours?
Corey.
that boy
30
wouldn't drive.
minutes.
That boy wouldn't drive to
Corey.
Greenville. No.
Corey, 30 minutes tops. And that depends on what direction we're going so I can decide what food we're going to
I was about to say, would you go to Greenville?
Come on. Yeah, I'd go to Greenville.
Yeah, okay.
I'd stop and get sushi and make it
Nice.
a worth
Okay, that's
worthwhile
fair.
trip.
That's
Nice.
fair. How far would you go for it? I would go to Dallas maybe
I think without
because
kids,
there's stuff to do in
There'd
Dallas.
have to be like a Stars
I
game or
wouldn't
something
drive that
going
far
on.
that direction though. I wouldn't go to like Texarkana for it.
I think without kids, I'd probably drive a couple hours to go see it. If it was close,
Yeah.
just because it's like a once in a lifetime.
If you can get rid of your kids for a couple hours, you'll do it. Is what you're
Well,
saying?
yeah, if I can have 4 hours without my kid.
If I don't have to take my kids, I'll do it. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, Masters.
I don't want Judah to blind himself. He's just getting started on his baseball career.
That's fair.
We'll talk Masters next week, and then come join us live at Sabo Provisions. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
Any final basketball thoughts? College basketball thoughts?
Man, it's just
Who's y'all's women's champ? I'm going to stay with Iowa. I know South Carolina is undefeated, and they are probably the best team. But I really have enjoyed watching Caitlin Clark, and
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with it.
give me UConn.
Ooh,
I like that.
Okay.
I'm into.
I think the battle between Caitlin Clark and that Paige girl is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be good.
I'm in two different places. Part of me wants Caitlin to win for a couple reasons. One, she's, again, probably the greatest college basketball player of all time. She deserves it. And two, LSU would be the only team that ever beat her, so that would be pretty cool.
Oh.
And then the other part of me thinks South Carolina's just very good. And even though they're a conference rival, I'm supposed to dislike them. I can't say I'm so invested. I have watched every LSU South Carolina game, but I mean, I don't know that I'm so invested I have to like root against them.
Well, and they've just been beating people so bad that you don't really hear about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They've just been sneaking there.
give me Caitlin.
I'm going with that.
We'll go with Iowa.
Yeah.
I'll take
Iowa.
UConn, but if Iowa wins, I wouldn't be mad.
Also, real quick, I do want to say, I was thinking about this earlier. I didn't put a ton of thought into it, but I think Angel Reese is on my LSU Mount Rushmore. Of since I've been watching,
Wow.
I would go.
Who is it?
I would go Joe Burrow, probably Honey Badger, and then baseball. I would go either Paul Skeens or Dylan Cruz. Ooh. One of them needs to be in there. If they win again this year, it's Tommy Tanks. He takes that spot. But I think Angel Reese, maybe gets the 4th spot.
I keep forgetting
there's
they
1,000 football players you could put in there that are fairly deserving. But
no Odell, no.
I mean, they were really good at going 8-5. Like that LSU squad.
Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
Very good at winning 9 games. Maybe Pat P.
Prisoner of the moment, Tyler.
Okay,
You're about to get
4
spanked.
better. You're for real, but I did.
Shaq.
I watched so much Shaq LSU basketball. It's ridiculous, dude. There's no telling how many LSU Shaq games I watched.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's not as good as Shaq. I don't.
Well, aren't
Tabs
they
is giving me riled
related? No, I'm joking.
That is what
We had one of our interns
thought.
come in. They were like, "Aren't Angel Reese and Shaq related?" I was like, "Okay, let's
No, they are not.
let's pump the brakes there, buddy."
Right.
No, they are not. But yeah, that's my final thoughts. Can we
Good.
talk about the Texas Rangers?
Let's talk about
Yeah,
the
we're
Rangers.
there.
Okay, so the Texas Rangers 4-2, 2-0 in series wins.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know that
The
I
Texas Rangers are back for more. World champions.
y'all
Texas
both go into that
Rangers.
I just heard Corey doing. I was like, that sounds like
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Your Texas Rangers take on the Houston Astros.
they do.
I'm gonna start talking like that on the broadcast.
Dude,
on
we're about to
Friday.
get so toxic on Twitter again. I can't wait.
I'm going on
It's gonna be fun.
Friday.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, so you figured it out.
Are you ready for your Texas Rangers to come in and kick some hind tail? Did you not believe that they could go 80-0 on the road? Well, that's too bad for you suckers, because they did. And they are once and for all world champions. Get ready to lose.
All right, sorry.
That was good.
That's not a Dodge Ram. It's Wyatt Langford.
That was really good.
No,
But yeah,
I'm gonna be a menace on Friday. I'm gonna have a couple adult beverages.
Nice.
I'm gonna bark at Houston Astros fans because the last time I was at the last Rangers Astros matchup in Houston, Game 7.
You were,
I was
yeah.
there.
I forgot about that. He was.
Wasn't a ton of barking because I was alone and I was a little fearful of my safety.
Yeah, that's
luckily
understandable.
the stadium emptied out and I got to walk away scot free. But in this deal, I'm on my home territory, so I'm gonna I'm gonna let them know.
It's gonna be
Let them
fun.
know that we both have one ring.
Before we continue, I think we've done this before on the show, but I have to re-ask. It's baseball season again, and because you'll be at a game, how close do you think you could get to the 9 for 9 for 9? 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, and 9 innings.
It's funny that you say that because I saw a guy talking about that on Twitter today. It was basically like, hey, you have to go into it with a mindset. It's not something that it's going to be easy. Like you really got to prepare
It's like a
yourself.
marathon.
And I'm thinking to myself, could I do it? I think
How close would you get?
it would be like
I think
it would be like late. It would be late because
it would come down to it.
I'm not a beer guy.
See, that's what would get me.
And I really like hot dogs, but it's like after like the third hot dog, you're like, I'm eating a hot dog.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you putting stuff on it or no?
See, I'm not a condiment
Oh yeah,
guy, so
I was wondering that.
if I could like bring my own cheese, that would help. I think.
Okay, Tabs asked a good question. Is the 9 beers the normal size or tall cup beer? I think just
gotta
normal
be
size.
normal size, yeah.
Like it's a normal beer.
Yeah, which I mean,
9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings in any order you
also
want.
some about. Never mind. I will say this though. I think I could do one or the other. I don't think I could do both. I don't have a big enough stomach to do both. I just don't.
I could drink 9 beers in 9 innings.
You could, and you could eat 9 hot dogs in 9 innings. But doing both is tough.
I would rather drink 9 beers than eat 9 hot dogs.
Oh, I think I would rather eat 9 hot dogs. It depends, especially
Okay.
If I could choose,
the
I'd split
dollar,
it down the middle.
If the dollar hot
4
dog,
4 beers, 5 hot dogs.
there you go.
Would you do 4 beers and 5 hot dogs, or
Easily.
5
I'd
beers,
do
and
that.
5
See-
beers and 4 hot dogs?
4
Depends on
beers,
the
5
mood
hot
I'm in.
dogs.
I'm thinking Corey can definitely do the 9 out of 9.
I feel like I could. The beer would be what would get me. 'cause
I think I could do the 4 and 5 one.
You could do it.
I think I could. Do that.
Yeah.
I will
Which
say-
way would you go?
I would eat 5 hot dogs.
If I
Okay.
could add this caveat, then I think it could be done. Ballpark hot dogs kind of gross me out. 'cause
Really?
They're like boiled. I like
Fair.
a grilled hot dog.
Flame grilled.
Like so, if I can cook the 9 hot dogs, I can grill the 9 hot dogs. I think I could get it done.
What if we just have a challenge where we watch a Ranger game and have it ready and we just get after it?
I like this.
That'd be good content.
I like this.
Okay.
Or we go.
All right, all
The
right.
problem
I
would be how
will
much
do
money
it.
you're going to spend if you
Oh,
do it
yeah.
at the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to do
Honestly,
it
I
here.
kind of
or
like
something.
live streaming it or
Yeah,
something. I think
I
that'd
like
be
that.
fun. I am okay with that, and I'm in. However,
What's
you
up,
two,
brother?
You two are gonna eat some waffles.
Yeah, we do have to eat the waffles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
I didn't
just sit for
bucket to
12
death.
hours.
I didn't bucket to death all year for nothing.
dude, my mom asked me the other day. She's like, "I guess you don't have to do that anymore. Did they forget?" I'm like, "No, they did not forget.
Miss Lennon.
I promise they did not forget."
Debbie.
Yeah, so
Debbie,
here's the
no.
thing. We would have to stream that on our TikTok. We couldn't stream that
Yeah,
on
we have
here
to do it
for
on
obvious
our
reasons, but-
Instagram.
I
Yeah.
can't think of the farm that remembers, but they remember.
Pepperidge
Pepperidge.
Farm.
You can't remember the.
They remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I think we could do it.
Oh,
And
without
I think
a
we're
doubt.
going to. We're going to stream it on TikTok or Instagram or something.
That'd be fine. That would be a blast.
27 for 27 for 9. It's a video confirmed. I love it. That's
Oh,
the thing. What
okay.
if we
Wait a
could pull
minute. Wait a
together?
minute. Wait a minute.
We make Corey eat like 14.
We all as a group.
I almost like 27, 27, and 9.
Y'all take a couple of the hot dogs. Yeah, I like this.
Corey, it's your time to shine, buddy.
We can figure this out.
This is it. This is it, Corey. You're gonna need to put away like 11 or 12 hot dogs.
I really love hot dogs. Like
I do too.
mustard,
Dude,
ketchup,
he loves,
relish
he loves
on
a
there.
he loves a gas station
Dude,
hot
I
dog.
will. So like
He loves
whenever
it.
I go to Allen to do like video work for them, like if I'm videoing a game at night, I always stop at that the Quick Trip right there, like on whatever. Get a couple dogs, dress them up,
Oh, he loves it.
dude. I'm like a freaking sommelier in there.
Anytime me and him have had to go on road trips, like when we had to go to Arkansas and stuff, he will find a gas station
And
he'll like
I'll
get
dress up a
relish
dog.
all over it,
Oh, I'll dress a
onions,
dog.
like he dresses it.
I do
That's
also.
the problem. You're eating naked dogs, son.
That
Yeah.
might be why you hate him.
I do wanna take a little bit of a left turn here and just bring up a texting conversation that this group had recently.
I'm scared.
I kind of had to put the veto on a fish.
Oh, dude.
A filet-o-fish.
It was such a good idea.
Guess it challenge. Basically, we blindfold each other. We get a Wada fish fillet.
Which
It's a-
slaps,
McDonald's.
by the way.
What
What
a-
a catch.
what a catch.
What a catch.
I
What a
didn't
catch.
even know that they sold fish.
I didn't either. They put tomato on it, which is wild.
It's fine. We can
That's,
do that.
That's against the Constitution.
That's wild.
Okay, and putting this as a sandwich isn't
Talking
wild.
about pudding.
I said pudding.
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 I'm not eating no
Tubber.
fish fillet. I'm not doing it.
It's
Dude,
peas, baby.
okay, so for the viewers, let me explain what my idea was. We get a fish fillet, a water
you explained
catch,
it pretty well.
and a Popeyes sandwich.
I think they got the gist of it.
And-
we're gonna see which one's which, and we're gonna
Sometimes
rate 'em.
I interrupt to make sure we explain the thing, but he did a pretty good job.
Okay. And this guy won't even put his taste buds on the line.
That does
Here's
bother
the
me a
thing.
little bit, I'll be
and
honest.
Here's what I think, Ryan. I think you're so scared that you're gonna love it.
You know what you need to do?
You're
You need
gonna take
your-
one bite of God's fish sandwich.
You need to
and
take
you're
your-
gonna love it.
You
and
need
you're
to
gonna
take
be like,
your own
"Oh."
advice, and you need to grow up. is
Yeah,
what
grow
you
up.
need to do.
Eat a fish fillet for crying out loud, son.
I will say this. Anyone that I know, anyone I've ever talked to that has at least tried the Filet-O-Fish loves it. I've never spoke to a person. I understand not wanting to eat
was in
fish
the
from
same
McDonald's.
boat.
I understand. That sounds gross.
I was a
I
little
get it.
boy.
Yeah, I was a child.
No,
I spoke like a
look,
child.
look. I'm not eating it on the show. I'm not doing it. But I'm not doing it.
Behind the scenes, maybe, and then
No,
we talk
let
about
me-
our experiences.
Listen. I'm not doing it on the show. It's not happening. However,
So quit asking.
so quit asking.
So quit asking.
But next football season, on the way home,
Okay.
from one of the games,
First game.
okay,
Second game?
one of the games. We don't know.
We're not starting the
One
year
of the
off.
one of the games where Chloe's complaining about being hungry. We stop at McDonald's. She says, "I'm actually not hungry anymore. I don't want McDonald's."
And then she blasts the heat in
that
the car.
game, I'll try it.
I actually have a counter.
But no tartar sauce.
I have a counter proposal.
No, I hate sauce. And
Just
that,
a little.
No,
Just a little
no,
dab.
no, no,
He would
no.
hate tartar sauce. There's no shot we could get him to eat tartar
I
sauce.
don't even know what tartar. What is tartar? What is that?
I don't
Is
know.
it mayonnaise and something?
Yeah,
I'll look it
that's
up.
exactly what it is.
Disgust.
But I have a counter proposal.
Okay.
When we have to do, dude, even
Chloe. That was pretty. I was not expecting that at all.
foul.
Mayonnaise, chopped pickles, lemon juice, and herbs. That's tartar sauce.
No,
I
not happening.
I had a counter proposal
Tarragon
though.
and dill.
When we have to do,
Filet-O-Fish is foul.
when we have to do the,
I just saw the
That's great. That's great. All right, what's your counter,
Oh my
Tyler?
God.
when we have to do the waffle challenge, you eat one filet-o-fish.
Yes.
No, we're not punishing me on a competition that I won.
It's not a punishment. It's a reward.
It is a reward.
No.
It's like a
No,
reward.
I'm the king. I'm the king on the Metro Diner Day.
Oh, man.
This is my world, and you two are living in it.
King in the
That's fair.
castle. King in the castle. Jeez.
Did I send y'all the Waffle House thing? Oh, hey, wait, I missed it. You made a Seinfeld reference? And I
He
missed it?
did. King
King
of
in
the
the
Castle.
castle.
King of the Castle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Castle.
I don't think so. I think that's Borat.
No, that's a Seinfeld reference.
Maybe Borat was referencing Seinfeld.
Maybe, but I won't go
Is
into
it?
detail
Okay,
why.
okay.
I
It doesn't
saw it
matter.
on.
Yeah.
I saw
Okay.
it on Borat.
is.
I'll be honest.
It is a Seinfeld reference.
Okay, gotcha. The Texas Rangers.
They're good. No, I think
I bet they eat a
No,
fillet
they're
of fish
good.
every day.
I am very disappointed in the Josh Young situation.
sucks.
It sucks because I feel like he just, I don't know, he keeps getting bad breaks.
He does. Someone
Literally.
He's been called injury prone by like media people, and I don't feel like that's entirely fair. But
It's like
I get
this,
it.
This
You
last
take a
one,
90-mile-an-hour
Yeah.
fastball off your wrist and see how
Right.
injury prone you are.
No, I hate that. But we're very deep. Our offense is, I mean, it's among the best in the league.
Well, and like on Twitter when they were like, "Oh, we're bringing up Foscue," they were like, "They have another one." Like,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, Foskey's a beast. Yeah, so far through 6 games, I only have 2 complaints.
Okay.
About
What are
this
those?
team.
What are those?
And I know you're thinking it's early. They're the World Series champions. How do you have any complaints? But I feel
Lowe's
like for
edge
me,
clerk.
only having 2, pretty good.
Oh, that's very
I
positive.
think
like that's
only
pretty
2
good.
through 6 games is a win. For
It
us.
is a win.
You're averaging one every 3 games.
Yeah.
1 on offense,
God,
1 on the
don't-
pitching.
Don't break that down over a season. We'll be here all night.
Sorry, Tyler.
All right, go ahead.
My 1 on offense. It was a big worry during spring, which I'm apparently like the only. I watched every spring training game and tweeted about it. Live tweeted every spring training game. But Leody Taveras could not hit at all in the spring. Turns out maybe he just can't hit. But I have a solution for it. Jared Walsh, who, by the way, I've been saying on this show for 2 months. I've been tweeting for 2 months that he's going to be a savior, and he rules. He's so much better than I could have dreamed he was going to be.
He's been ripping the cover off the ball. There's no doubt. So you're saying
So,
Langford, Carter, Adolis,
Yes.
outfield, Jared Walsh at DH?
Yes, or he can also play corner outfield. You wouldn't want to make it an everyday thing, but I think you could have a rotating cast where either Lowe gets the
When do we get Nate Lowe back?
I think he's eligible to come back Friday. I don't know if he will be in the lineup, but he'll come off
Hope
the
he is.
IL.
I love me some Nate Lowe.
But yeah, I think you could have this rotating deal where either Lowe gets a half day off and gets the DH, or one of the outfielders, and Walsh goes out there, and then your base lineup would be him as your DH.
Letty had a hit today, though.
He had 2 hits and a walk. Had
Yeah.
a great game today. It's almost like he knows his job's on the line and he's playing for it.
I
Was great
Rents
today.
due.
I am not out on the I think, if anything, Letty's just a good guy to have on the team.
I will say this happened before. Last year, I was more than convinced he's never going to be able to hit a baseball. Get rid of him while you can, while he's got some value. And it looked that way, and then he started hitting.
He had a solid playoffs.
Yes, he was very good in
He had
the
a big
playoffs.
home run against the Astros.
Speaking of,
he did.
Speaking of, my other complaint, if you were like a new fan of this team, or if you only really got to watch during the playoffs, because a lot of people don't have Bally and don't know how to work Stream East, so a lot of people only got to watch in the playoffs. You would
Boomers.
think Jose Leclerc is a god, but
He's the second coming of Mariano Rivera. you
this
know?
is a man who essentially lost the closer role for most of last year, got it back, had this incredible comeback, incredible in the playoffs. He's not very good.
He's got a lot of control issues,
He does.
which leads him to hang pitches over the plate
Or just walk a lot of guys.
Yeah,
I think he's a guy that, you feel pretty good about putting in the 6th or 7th inning. And pretty much anything past that, it's like, that doesn't feel too sexy to me. I mean, he's good enough to be a relieving pitcher and
Yes,
a guy that we
100%.
throw, because he does get outs, but
Yes.
it's just not always pretty. And sometimes it's very ugly,
Very ugly.
actually.
I have 2 potential solutions for this as well. I think this is like an ideal world. I don't think.
Judging your tweets, you're a huge Robertson fan.
I love David Robertson.
He was solid.
I also
Watching him
love-
today, he was very good.
Also love Kirby Yates. I think in an ideal world, this is a big, big, big ask because a big part of managing a pitching rotation is you have to form some type of stability, some type of confidence and consistency. So it would be hard to do. But I say let's get rid of labels. Let's get rid of roles. No one's a closer. No one's a setup man. I need my one guy. Whatever the biggest situation in that game is, could be in the 7th, could be in the 8th, could be in the 9th. David Robertson, I choose you. Kirby Yates in number 2.
So basically,
number 3.
all right, it's
Yeah,
the
I like that.
8th inning, and they've got 2, 3, 4 up. All
We're only
right,
up by 1.
this is the one.
David Robertson.
Now,
Yeah.
the next inning in the 9th, when it's 6, 7, 8, sports, you're in there.
Yes, that's
got your-
1,000% what I'm proposing.
Your Charizard, your Pikachu. You know.
Yep, I got my squad ready to
Yeah,
go.
okay.
That, or I would very much like a Emmanuel Clase, a David Bednar,
Now-
a Devin Williams.
One thing is for certain, when it does come time, we are going to be buyers.
Yes, 1,000%.
and we will go get something.
Yes, 1,000%.
Because, I mean, we have, like you were saying, they got another one. Yeah, we've got plenty to give
Yeah.
away.
We've got
and
bargaining
The
chips.
time is now.
Especially for a reliever, even a premier reliever. Like, you're not going to have to give the world for a premier reliever. You're going to have to give up a lot, but, like,
Yeah.
not –
I
it's not
think
like you're
that
getting an ace. It's not like
get
you're
stu-
getting a big bat.
I think
Yeah.
that the way managers manage games in the playoffs today, relieving pitchers are as important as they've ever been.
1,000%. When you get to the playoffs, look at the teams that are left. They almost always have a top 10 bullpen, if not higher.
Well, it's like last year, it got to the point where it was like, man, if they could start excluding Evalde, because that dude is
He's a beast.
unreal.
Dog.
But like, it was like, okay, if we can get 4 really good innings out of
Yep.
Scherzer, we can win tonight. And especially with our offense, where, dude, a field goal is not going to be enough to hold us off. You're gonna have to score. You're gonna have to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna go get 7. And so if you can just have those 1 or 1.5 reliable relieving guys, you can do a lot in the playoffs. And so we will be buyers come July.
1,000%. That's my only issue. And I halfway think this front office is a little different. Generally speaking, especially for a reliever, it would be July, maybe June. But, like, if Leclerc has, like, 3 more of these, like, do it to me.
Go
Go
knock
ahead
it
and
out.
Yeah.
go ahead and give me that arm.
I was disappointed we didn't go get Hader. The Montgomery thing, that stinks.
It's all working out, though.
we're getting there.
He's blowing games left and right.
He really is.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. The
Love it.
Astros starting out 0-4 is
Beautiful.
about as poetic as it
Beautiful.
gets.
Oakland A's let him borrow the basement.
Yeah.
Gave him the
yeah.
key.
That was a hilarious tweet,
Oh, it
by
was
the way.
perfect.
But yeah, I might or might not have put a good amount of money on the Rangers over this season. I just thought that 88.5 was horrifically disrespectful.
Love it.
There was a lot of disrespect from the national
You know,
media.
the
towards the defending world
52%,
champions.
the 52% chance to make the playoffs. That's crazy.
It's laughable.
I mean, maybe
Did
I'm
I-
missing something, but
Did I send y'all that tweet? Someone made a dumb graphic that was every MLB team's percent chance of making the playoffs as a Rotten Tomato score in a movie with that Rotten Tomato score. Our playoff chances are the same as the movie Click. Adam Sandler's Click. We're the
rough.
World Series champions, we're Click.
I just
Yeah, we're not Interstellar.
I
Like,
just
what do you mean?
don't. I just don't see an American League team where I'm like, they're better than the Rangers. And it's not the Yankees. They do this every year. They open their wallets.
Facts.
They go get some big names, and then they're kind of disappointed come October.
Facts.
Yeah.
Now, we'll
And
say
they've
the
forgotten all about
the Orioles
Judge.
are solid, but like, why do they like the Orioles more than they like us? We
not-
beat them.
It's not that there's not good teams. I think the Rays are good. I think the Orioles are good. I think the
Just
Sox
beat the
can be good
Rays.
this year.
Yeah.
The Astros are good. But why above us?
Agreed.
We lost no one. We
Yeah.
added people.
We're
we
literally
added
better.
We added at minimum we added the rookie of the year because one of
Yeah.
them's going to win it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Langford is the real freaking deal.
Yeah,
He
rookie
is.
of the year, and you've got 2 stud arms coming back.
It took me
Yep.
6
You know.
games. Yeah, you're going to get 2 huge free agent signings in about 3 or 4 months. You're going to get Max Scherzer, and you're going to get Jacob deGrom in August.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
it's going to
I
be
don't get it.
disgusting.
I also do want to throw out that I'm going to be a devout Wyatt Langford stan from this point forward. I'm probably buying a jersey on Friday.
Nice.
I am.
Which one?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
Big
We
choice.
can talk about that.
Big choice to make.
But I've never been more sure that that's a guy that I mean, he's gonna be my favorite Ranger of all time in 10 years.
I 1,000% believe that.
Like
you've been on him.
He's gonna be. He is gonna be a freaking. He's gonna be unreal.
The hardest working man on
Unreal.
earth, by the way, in our comments.
And yeah.
Shout out to Craig.
4 of the 3, Craig Smith.
Shout out.
Sweet.
But yeah, Wyatt Langford's going to be a dog.
He's gonna be unreal.
It's
unreal.
And
Power hitter, doubles, fast.
He's Mike
very
Trout.
fast.
Good defense. He's Mike Trout.
He's Mike Trout.
He's Mike Trout.
And we don't have to wait 16 years for him to get up to the major leagues. He was literally playing college baseball not even a calendar year ago.
Yeah. So I had brought that up. I wanted to mention it on the pod last week, but not only was this a man who was playing college baseball 8 months ago who made the opening day roster. He made the opening day roster for the World Series champions 8 months after being drafted.
We're not talking
That's
about
ridiculous.
the A's.
Right.
It's not the Rockies.
That's ridiculous.
It's the freaking Texas Rangers, baby.
And so far, he looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh yeah, he looks.
And he's already a much better outfielder than we thought. He's way faster than I thought he was. Him and Carter are in the top 10 highest
Speaking of
sprint
fast,
speed we've seen in this
Speaking
season.
of fast, you sent that graphic.
There's
We've got four in the
Four
top
of
10.
the top 10.
We've got the
Carter,
freaking
Langford,
sprint relay.
Simeon, Seager,
Yeah, I don't remember
maybe?
who the fourth.
No,
No,
not
is it
not
Seager.
Seager?
It may have been like Tavares.
Might
Or
have been.
Janowski.
Let me
It
look.
probably
I'll
was.
find
He's pretty
it.
fast.
Yeah, it
It's
probably
on
was.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
It was Langford, Carter,
We
and
unfortunately
Simeon
send
for
too
sure.
much
God, we
stuff.
send so much stuff to each other.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay. Carter, Langford, Duran,
Okay.
Simeon.
Duran,
Cool.
okay.
Gotcha.
We're gonna be fine with the young thing, man. You throw Duran in there, you throw Josh Smith in there, who had a huge hit today.
Yep.
You throw
And was
Foscue in
great at
there
short.
when you need to. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
They're gonna be fine.
1,000%.
Well, yeah, and everybody lost their mind about Ellie De La Cruz last year, and Langford's faster.
That's wild.
According to that.
That dude's literally an alien. That's wild.
Oh, yeah. Did you see Gage's comment about Beltre and Kinsler never getting their ring?
Oh, no, I did not.
He said, as much as I love the Rangers winning the World Series, still hits me the wrong way.
1,000%. If anyone on
Thanks
Earth
a lot,
deserves
Nelson
a World
Cruz.
Series ring, okay.
I'm sorry.
It does suck.
enough of that.
That does bring
Yeah,
up a good
stop that
point,
right now.
Gage, because that right there is the difference in being there and winning it. Because there will be a day where Ian Kinsler and not Beltre, but Ian Kinsler and Nelson Cruz
Yeah.
and Elvis Andrus, those will just be guys that
Josh Hamilton.
I've heard you guys mention before.
Yeah.
And that they were
Yeah.
fun Rangers back in the day. But other than that, I don't know a lot about them.
Yeah. MLB The
You're not
Show
gonna
is
say-
going to make sure kids like, oh, was he good, Dad? And you're going to be like, dude, he was good. Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
winning it and just being there are two
huge.
completely different
It
things.
is, especially now that we have one.
Right.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
going to
Yeah,
be
'cause you'll forever-
wildly different.
You're not that team.
Yeah, you're not that guy, pal.
And it's
Y'all
like-
weren't
And it
that
sucks.
team.
It does suck, but you just didn't get it done.
Well, it's like I don't know. Like this sounds. I'm not even going to say that, but there's a certain point of Ian Kinsler and Elvis Andrus and Nelson Cruz and those guys that they're happy for the Rangers, but at the same time, they're probably not. That sucks.
Well, and there's, for every franchise, for every team, there's only one first team to win a world championship for that team. Mm-hmm. And for the Rangers, it was like, man, what a fun run that was.
Yeah.
And that, no matter how many World Series championships they win past this, there's always going to be that first team. And there's a bunch of guys on the team that were like talking about, hey, we're going to all get together, 5 years, 10
Yeah, I
years,
saw that.
20 years down the road and just kind of get together and remember it. Because it is special. No matter how many World Series championships this group goes on to win, and they will, there's always going to be that first one that's just extra special.
Well, they don't. They have a 5-year reunion and maybe a 10-year reunion for the American League champs. There's not a 30-year reunion. And that's just the reality because winning it and just being there are very different. Very different.
Speaking of Nelson Cruz, he retired the other day
As a
Mariner, which
Weird.
he did say that's where he most identified with. But that's not the takeaway from this. The takeaway from this, someone pulled out the stats. He played for the Mariners from the age of 34, 35, 36, 37. Over those age seasons, he averaged 41 home runs and 110 RBI a year.
It was a 3-time All-Star.
36, 37-year-old
Yeah.
just crushing baseballs.
That's pretty amazing.
I have nothing but love for Nelson Cruz.
I mean, yeah, love the guy.
especially now,
The curse is broken.
I've made peace.
That was
Yeah.
probably him and Elvis were my two
He
favorites.
was probably mine
in
as
that
well,
era.
yeah.
Well, and when,
I had a pet turtle named Nelson.
Nice.
Yeah.
And when the guy in center field for the Diamondbacks kind of missed the ball, it felt kind of poetic of like,
Yeah.
it all coming full
Kinda did.
circle. You know,
Do you want to hear a way
That didn't matter
I know.
near as much,
I know,
Nelson.
but it's more symbolic than
but
anything.
yeah,
but
yeah.
the curse is broken. We can all
Yeah.
kind of move on now.
Do you want to hear a way lamer version of what you've done with the turtle, naming it Nelson? When I was a little kid,
Yeah, go
when I was
ahead.
a little kid, I would name things Terrence for Terrence Newman.
Nice.
What a wild,
Our
random
Our
person.
pool skimmer growing up, we named it Romo.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's a lot better than Terrence Newman,
Yeah,
probably.
Terrence Newman.
Yeah, that's rough.
We just use like
Corey-
regular names. Like that's a skimmer. Those are paper towels.
Corey didn't start watching sports until he was like 14. So
Like literally last year,
Yeah,
he's
I-
like, dude, baseball's kind of cool.
Yo, this
I was
baseball stuff, man.
hockey too.
This hockey
I was telling
stuff.
somebody the other day because whenever I was in high school, I used to work all weekend. Like I'd get this. I worked at Sonic in Winsboro, and I'd work 10 a.m. to midnight, Saturday and Sundays.
Did you skates or no?
No.
Okay.
Aw.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh no.
I feel like
Can you
high
skate?
school Corey could have done it. I feel like current day Corey
Can
could.
you
I'm
roller?
not-
Can you rollerblade?
Like inline, yeah, but
Can
not
you
like
rollerblade?
the four.
I'm not great at it, man.
Really?
I say that I haven't done it in forever. I used to could. I don't know.
Well, dude, and they.
Can you ice skate?
Yes, I
I've
can.
never tried ice skating.
It's tough.
I feel like I would not
but it's
be able to
fun.
do it.
It's enjoyable.
I will say, as a hockey fan, you need to go do it because once you
You-
do it, you're like,
For sure.
How in the
How are y'all
heck-
doing this?
how the heck are these guys running?
So I went ice skating before I started watching hockey. And so when I started watching hockey, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's hard.
I feel like the more random the activity is, the better chances Corey's gonna be good at it. Like I feel like random stuff like skating, I bet Corey just crushes. Like I bet
Yeah.
he's incredible at it.
decent.
decent.
The 40-yard dash, maybe not. But,
Well, you have to
Still
see.
waiting to see
Still
it,
waiting to
man.
see.
but like
Still waiting to see
pickleball, I
it.
bet you rule.
I've
at
been playing pickleball. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Are you pretty good at it?
I'm pretty decent.
Yeah, I figured.
Ping pong, I would rip both
That
of
makes
you to
sense.
shreds.
Nah,
I
we,
know
we
for
can
a
ping
fact.
pong over here.
Oh no, buddy.
Oh, Corey.
I think we both had. You had a table, didn't you?
No,
Oh,
buddy. I
Corey.
would rip you to
Yeah.
shreds.
Corey.
It's been a while since I played, but I promise you, I
Corey.
would tear you
Nah.
up.
I actually guarantee that I'd beat the shit out of you. Actually,
No way.
yeah, no,
All
I would.
that would stay inside of me. You wouldn't beat anything out of me.
Okay,
I can promise you.
okay.
I'm
All
not
right, well,
betting
now-
my hair over
I
it,
would
but
smoke you in bowling. I'd smoke you
I
in
suck at-
cornhole.
I suck at bowling.
and I'd smoke you in ping pong.
one of the three of those you're not beating me in, and it's ping pong.
I can't say anything about cornhole. I suck at cornhole.
Dude,
We've
that
seen it
was
first.
so bad.
We've seen it first
That was
person.
so bad.
That was rough.
I'd love to play sometime.
I would too.
I smoke you in golf
I
too.
like.
Yeah, you would. You play a lot more than me now.
I know. That's why I just can't have kids right now. I'm just. I'm
Yeah.
at the. I'm, at,
Hey, I was proud.
I'm on
of
the
my-
way up.
I was
You're
proud.
like, sorry,
dude,
babe.
on the
I
way
just.
up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah.
played a good
Playing
round
too
of
good
golf
right now.
Friday.
There's
from
a
from the
member
Blues.
coming up. I got
Gotta lock in.
Yeah.
on, man.
And then it's MGA stomp
Come on,
after that.
man.
Like
I
I
mean,
can't miss
It's
that.
not a really good time for it. I
I'm
know.
wearing. I'm just a little busy. I don't know.
I love that. Every week you find a way
Oh,
to get
wow.
yourself into a
Somebody
little
said-
bit of trouble.
Can I bet $1 million on Ryan?
Ooh, who
That
was
was
it?
Papa T.
Oh,
yeah.
that's fair.
Okay. If you
He,
want,
he texted, didn't even put in the comments.
yeah,
Huh?
if you want to lose $1 million, sure.
I don't think you're beating him in ping pong.
It has been a while since I played, but I still feel confident.
I've actually never been more confident.
So hear
in
me out. Hear
anything.
me out. Hear me out.
And that's saying a lot.
One, he had a table, and two, in college locker rooms, a lot of what you're doing is like playing ping pong.
Yeah, I
Like
did
this
that.
man has probably played a lot of ping pong.
I have too.
I figured y'all had him in the locker room and stuff.
So-
Did you not?
We had him in our dorm.
I would play it too. I had a buddy at TBI. He was 6'6" and wingspan to match, and that's who I would play against like
Fair
all
enough.
the time.
Fair enough.
So it's not college athletes. I'm not trying to make that.
He was
Okay,
6'6".
it's ping pong. I'm not
Yeah,
running.
I know, but still.
No,
Hand-eye coordination
I'd
and
love
all
to
that kind of
play.
stuff.
All right, someone
good.
bring the table.
I'm
Let's
good.
go.
Yeah, okay, roll
Get
it in. Here
get
we
the
go,
tables.
guys. Bring in the dancing lobsters. You know.
Get the
I'm
tables.
yeah.
Anyway.
Papa T said, "Make it 10 million."
All right, now we're getting a little hype on my ping pong skills.
Ryan's like, "Ah,
I'm good, but I'm not Olympics.
I should beat him, but I don't know.
Oh, he called in. Oh, let's call him. Real
Okay,
quick.
let's call Papa
Papa
T.
T. Let's see what he's doing.
I really do not want to have longer than a 30-second conversation about ping pong.
I say we put it in Papa T's hand and see what happens.
Papa T, you there? Hello. Can you hear us?
Do you have the volume up?
It's up. We just tested it earlier. Can you hear us?
Yeah, but I told you I couldn't hear you.
What in the world? All right, let me do some more.
All
Let me
good.
do some more. Let me
okay,
do
if
some
we
All
were,
good.
If we were able to hear that, then yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
We're talking about the Rangers still. but
Yeah.
I think I've said my piece.
I've said enough. I think it's time to talk Stars.
Let's do it.
They're
do
good. They're very good.
They are.
I think they've won 7 in a row. They got a big one tonight.
Who we got tonight?
Edmonton.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's on. It's actually the late game. It's on TNT, so national
Ooh.
game.
Dude,
yeah.
I love that
Nice.
that hockey's on TNT now. I watch so
Yep.
much more hockey now because of that.
I watch quite a bit of hockey.
Against arguably the best player in hockey. Love it.
Yeah. Can't be mad at it. That's for sure.
126 points Connor McDavid has this year.
That's really good.
97 assists.
My buddy
He's
Tyler, my other buddy Tyler, not you, Tyler, going to his first NHL game tonight.
Nice.
So he was asking me a lot of questions. I was like, dude, you're gonna love it. It's the coolest
It's
live sporting event there is.
It very much is. Yeah, so third overall in points, Connor McDavid this year.
Yeah, hockey's great, man.
Yeah, leading assist guy by 12.
I can't wait for the playoffs because then I'll dial in.
Right.
And watch
Maybe
it.
I'll start watching a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll
but
be in it then.
Dallas is the 1 seed right now, which, in hockey, obviously the home ice advantage part of it is a big deal, but you definitely see some 8s beat 1s. Like
Florida last year.
Yeah, it almost
Panthers.
always goes 6 games at minimum. Like you don't really ever see any sweeps. You don't really see a lot of 5-game series.
Oh, so right now we would get the Kings.
Oh, it's a bad day to be a King fan then.
That's who I went to. I went to a game a couple weeks ago and they played the Kings, beat them 4-1.
4-1. Okay, I was literally about to say, what is our
getting better
record
every
against the
second.
Kings this year?
No.
It's getting better every
So
second.
is that who they'd play in the first round? Okay.
Tis.
Tis.
Come on.
I mean, I think the good teams in the West are Dallas, Colorado, Winnipeg.
Is the Kraken still good?
We're 3-0 against the Kings this year.
That's good.
And
the
they were
Kraken,
all 4-1, 4-1, 5-0.
What's Kraken with the Kraken?
I don't think they're as good.
Really?
Let me tell you. If I could work the internet a little quicker. Seattle
Why is this internet not interneting?
They're still in it, but not really. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. They're not eliminated yet, but they're close. And I saw people tweeting the other day. They're like, since we're not going to be in the playoffs this year, who are we rooting for? So they've already kind of accepted that they're not going to be in it.
It's a
They've
new
come to
franchise.
peace. They've come to peace.
It's a new franchise.
I bet they're so used to like picking a team during the playoffs. Like that's all they've done
Yeah,
their whole lives. It's
that's
like,
true.
let's pick a playoff team and root for them. But
Facts.
yeah, like Ryan said, I mean, they probably are. Not probably, they are 1A in Dallas right now in terms of chances to win. Well, got to the conference final last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's book it. Stars to win it all.
Let's go,
Oh,
baby.
that's my pick. I'll go Stars. Stars over Boston. That's
They're going to lose in the first round again.
my pick.
No, there's no chance.
I don't know if they will.
There's no
but,
chance.
You never know in hockey.
Let's
Yeah.
look at real quick before we move on. Right now, the Stars have the 4th best odds. Carolina Hurricanes plus 650, Panthers plus 700, the Avalanche plus 800, Stars plus 850.
Wow.
Tied with the
Is
Oilers. Oilers are
Boston-
also plus 850.
Boston's after that.
Boston is not until
Boston.
they're 10th at plus 13.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
That does feel
Wow. Wow.
okay. How many more times?
Sorry, I'm done now.
Literally the second most points in the entire league.
That's what I. Yeah, that's
wild.
That's kind of what I was thinking. But
That feels wild. Because I'm not the person to do it, I'm gonna let you open up conversation about the other team from Dallas as well.
Oh.
Dallas Mavericks. I
I thought you were
clearly
going to
can't.
talk about the Dallas Chiefs.
The Dallas Chiefs. We can talk about the Dallas Chiefs as well, or as the mayor called them, the Dallas Texans.
Oh, buddy.
Which again, we already got a Texans.
Dallas Renegades.
we did have the Dallas Texans back in the day.
Fair.
That's who the Chiefs were.
Oh,
Okay.
I did not know
I
that.
don't think I knew that either.
I have no clue.
Yeah,
That makes
the
sense.
Chiefs were formerly known as the
Okay.
Dallas Texans.
Really? I had no idea.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Good for them.
Long time
Dang.
ago.
Good
Before
for
the,
all of us.
before the NFL.
That's why.
So what you're saying is we
That's-
can be Chiefs fans now.
We're basically, I mean, all the Chiefs Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So technically, we've won so many Super Bowls.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
won
that's
5.
awesome.
But
We've won 5. The Dallas team. has won 5.
big news of the NFL day is Stephon Diggs to the Houston Texans.
For nothing.
Yeah,
for
for
nothing.
pocket change.
Yeah.
That makes me my immediate
Second
thought
rounder, not even this year.
is he must have
Yeah, not
been a
even.
legitimate locker room problem. like a serious problem for them to just kind of just throw him to the side.
Yeah.
And he wasn't great in the back half of the year. It feels
No,
like.
but he's still got
He's still
some juice,
Stephon
for
Diggs.
sure.
Yeah.
Just off the top of your head, he's a top blank receiver in the league right now. Top 6 at least.
10.
That sounds really high.
Fair.
Top 10. I was leaning 15.
I would
but
only say 10 or 12 because of the regression.
Gotcha. That's fair.
And I can't put him over. Let's do the top. Let's do our top 5 receivers for grins and giggles. I'll go in no order: Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, and probably still Devontae Adams. He can't control who's throwing to him.
That's fair.
He's really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him over any of those guys. So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
AJ Brown.
He's up there.
Yeah.
He's good.
I would probably rather have AJ Brown. Yeah.
Yeah. But you look at the Texans offense, you've got C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Dalton Schultz.
Joe Mixon, who they also got for nothing.
Holy cow.
Okay, this was my first thought about this trade. Obviously, we've seen a lot of these recently with the receivers, but in terms of contract, they get very big contracts. They're worth a lot, but they have zero trade value. So what are they actually worth? How is it you're worth huge contracts, but you have zero trade value?
I think it depends on because I think if Justin Jefferson got traded, his trade value would be massive.
I mean, we've seen big name receivers, 3 or 4 of them get traded this offseason. All get a 3rd round pick, a 4th round pick.
And I think a lot of that has to do with
A.J. Brown was a 1st round pick.
Fair.
Marquise Brown was a 1st round pick, which is crazy. I think is part of it maybe the contract that they're taking on.
Yeah,
how much is Houston having to pay of this Stephon Diggs deal? I don't know.
No, so
I
read that the Bills are eating like $30 million.
Yeah, $30 million dead cap.
Ouch.
Yeah,
So
that's how they were able to get a 2nd round pick. Like
that makes it even bigger.
Yeah.
So
I don't get it.
Explain to me what the Bills are gonna do.
I believe Josh Allen has been working on throwing the ball to himself.
That's good.
Heck yeah.
He's gonna need to.
He's going to throw it really high in the air.
But
run
seriously,
under it.
I mean,
I don't know.
And it's funny to me because we kind of joked about the Chargers and what they're doing, and they have this, seemingly potential All-Pro quarterback in Justin Herbert. But let's get rid of every single good thing he has to throw to. Okay, you've got Josh Allen, who's widely considered as the 2nd best quarterback in the NFL. Let's get rid of everything he's got going. But now what? What are we going to do? Who's Justin Herbert going to throw to? Who's Josh Allen going to throw to?
They're going to have to try to take Brian Thomas Jr. at 28.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm an LSU guy. I don't know. They're
they're way too far back to trade up into like the Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me read through their wide receivers real quick, see if any of these names jump out to you.
Yeah, they just gave away Gabe Davis, too.
Khalil Shakir, Trent Sherfield.
I don't see him on the name. Trent Sherfield.
Was he Ohio State?
I don't know. The dude from I don't know. That's all I got.
All right, Mac Hollins.
No.
Andy Isabella.
No.
Curtis Samuel.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah. Khalil Shakir.
Khalil Shakir, yeah.
Terrell Shavers.
Okay.
Justin Shorter.
He was Vanderbilt.
Brian Thompson.
Boy, that is. Then they've got
Dalton
Dawson Knox
and Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah. Wow.
A lot of 2 tight end sets.
A lot of them.
Yep. James Cook is definitely a receiver next year.
Yeah, James Cook. I mean, Mitch Trubisky might get out there and catch some balls.
Yeah, that's
Now, I will say this, though.
That's not great.
Receivers cost nothing. Go trade for a receiver of your own.
That's true, yeah. I mean, what's his name from the Cowboys still floating around?
Oh, you want to go get Michael Gallup?
I mean, yeah, he's there.
They can have him.
We might get a 7th for that if we're lucky.
Right?
I thought he got released.
It's like a post June 1st thing.
So like
They did tell him to go find a trade if he wanted to.
Yes, yeah. It's one of those deals.
Okay,
Which
that makes more sense.
Basically,
That's always
translation.
funny to me. Go find a trade.
It's like we'll pay you commission.
Oh, it's like
That is wild.
He's
I guess
cold calling GMs.
I mean, I guess they have their agent.
I guess.
So the agent's just like, yo, you need to trade for my boy.
You need to come get Michael.
I promise you, it's just 2nd round.
Michael's
You're not
knee.
going to get anything for him.
Michael's knee is.
Oh, it's healed.
It's not great.
He's been praying.
All you're going to have to
It's
give
not
up is
great.
a 7th. You should come get him.
Yeah, just come. It ain't even this year. It's next year.
Interesting.
Well, and like the Texans got draft picks too. They got like
They
3
did.
draft
They got
picks.
like a 5th and a 7th or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got
Yeah,
a
that's
5th,
wild.
a 7th, Stephon Diggs, and they gave up a 2nd rounder.
Okay,
That-
I officially have to ask you. I already know your answer. I'm not even going to ask, but
I was going to
What are
say
you going to ask?
who gets to a Super Bowl quicker?
Houston or Dallas?
They have to beat the Chiefs, so that
Yeah,
alone
that's true.
kind of excludes them.
we have to beat the 49ers, though. For however much longer they're going to be the 49ers.
Well, Dallas is way closer to dethroning the Niners than
they are to
anyone
the
is
Chiefs.
dethroning the Chiefs.
Well, and I think the trade is actually not good because, I mean, if Stephon Diggs is this bad of a locker room cancer and you've got a second-year QB.
It is the second time he's forced his way out of town.
Yeah, I mean.
He also did the same thing with Minnesota, didn't he? Yeah.
The good thing is you've got a good head coach who can kind of, help rein that in. But, man, he could really screw up
That's
what they
that's
have
a good
going
question,
on.
Tyler. I don't know.
It's close.
I just I think at face value, like it'd be easy to say, oh well, the Texans look at their roster, but how much more does Joe Mixon have? How much more does Stephon Diggs have? So then they're back to square one. Now, could C.J. Stroud be better than Dak in 4 years? I probably will be.
In my time being a Bengals observer or whatever, every single year was all right, this is probably Mixon's last year.
Yeah.
It's what, 4 years of that?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the last 3 years of Marion Barber's career.
I mean,
I mean, he's still pretty good, but yeah.
I would say
R.I.P.
I would
I
say
forgot
that the
about that.
Bengals are
Dang.
closer to a Super Bowl than the Texans are.
Who is?
The Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah, that's fair. It's close. They're getting there.
The AFC's loaded.
Yeah, and it switched quick.
We can't allow a scenario in which a team that wasn't even an organization gets to a Super Bowl before we do. We can't let it happen.
I mean,
Can't do it.
Well,
You
the
can try.
Panthers did.
Well, you know what? You make a point. When did the Panthers become a thing?
Around the time the Texans did.
Really?
Yeah, the Jaguars have been to more conference championships than us as well.
Ugh.
Just throwing that out there.
1995
oh, you beat
was
me
the
to
Panthers'
it.
first year.
Okay, so
I was
So
a year old.
I
So,
actually
no,
remember the Texans becoming a thing. I remember we bought the hats. I didn't, but like my friends bought the hats. Like I remember them becoming a thing. I did not remember the Panthers. I was one when the Panthers became a thing, but the Texans were more like, I want to say like 02 or 03 maybe, like almost a decade later. Houston Texans first season.
That's rough.
02, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm old.
Who's their first?
I remember when the
yeah,
Texans became
so
a
the
thing.
Jags and the Panthers both started in '95.
Okay, that's a bummer.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
But the Cowboys won the Super Bowl that season.
That's true.
There
So,
you go.
There you go.
Who's the Texans? Quarterback out of
David Carr.
David Carr.
David
Yeah.
Carr.
And got demolished.
He did.
It was like Peyton Manning's dad, like when he
Dude,
played for the Saints.
Can we make that the podcast from now on? We're just like David Carr.
I saw that and it was like, it's like, what are you guys doing tonight? We were just sitting around naming old
Yep.
ball players.
That should just be the podcast. Let us know in the comments who you got.
Dude, I know you could go.
Y'all could go on a
years
roll together.
Like
in
2000s
like
baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just never ending.
That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be fun
That's
to
pretty much
observe.
what Diamond Dynasty is on MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Each week, like this week, they brought in Rich Aurelia. The amount of people that are like, "Who the hell is Rich Aurelia?" I'm like, "You don't remember Rich Aurelia?"
For whatever
it's Rich
reason,
Aurelia.
my obscure baseball player, like if you walked up to me in the street and you said,
Name a
a random baseball player from 2000, that's 99 times
What time?
out of 100.
Can I get a hint, like the team they played for?
Ooh, this would be fun if you get it.
I won't get it, but never mind. Just hit me with it.
No, I mean, I want you to guess. Notable for two teams, but I'll go the Red Sox.
Nomar Garciaparra? Oh, who is it?
I don't know. That didn't even sound
Cocoa
like words.
Crisp.
Coco Chris.
Wow.
That would
love
be
Cocoa
that for
Crisp.
whatever reason. That would always be my
Such
answer.
a
Great
fun
baseball
name.
player
Right.
and cereal.
Right, just a
Just
quality
all
all
around.
around guy.
Shout out Coco Crisp.
Who'd be your random baseball player?
Fernando Tatis Sr. That's a fun one.
Okay.
He was low key a beast. Only player to hit 2 grand slams in an inning.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of random Rangers, like from MLB The Show 5
Yeah.
or 05.
Michael Am. Herbert Perry.
He retired and was a superintendent here for a little bit.
David DeLucci,
It's a good one.
Kevin Minch,
Kevin Minch was a good one. Shrek.
Hank Blaylock.
Hank's homies.
I remember
Jared
him.
Saltalamacchia.
You got the whole
I know-
five squad.
I know Saltalamacchia.
Gerald Laird.
Gerald Laird.
Do you really?
Yeah, I remember the name. Who's a really good catcher?
Mark Teixeira.
Marlon Bird.
Marlon, dude,
Buster
I
Posey.
love
Marlon Bird was a stud.
He was so good.
He said Buster Posey. It's not really random, Corey. He's
I'm just
first ballot Hall of Famer.
names that I know.
Dude, it's funny you mentioned him.
Kenny Rogers.
Shout out Kenny Rogers. Randy Rogers.
Randy
Randy
Rogers.
Rogers.
It is
Randy
Kenny
Roger
Rogers.
Band.
It is Kenny
Yeah, it
Rogers.
is
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers.
My
Oh,
bad.
my gosh.
The Randy Roger Band.
That's awesome. Who was the Rangers shortstop in like the era that I'm talking
Michael
about?
Young.
Michael Young. Yeah. Okay.
Before him, we
When did
had
he-
Royce Clayton.
When he went to third base, Elvis was
Yeah.
the shortstop. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew
Maybe
that.
Frank Catalanato played a little bit in
Frank
between.
Catalanato. Yeah.
He owned a pizza joint.
God, what a shut up. What a crappy era of
Gabe
players.
Kapler.
What a-
Oh, yeah,
what a
it was awful.
terrible.
So that's when we had, like, not full season tickets, but like a 15 or 20 game
Oh, yeah?
package. So I can't tell you the amount of times it somehow worked out to every time we went, Doug Davis was pitching. And Doug Davis is one of the worst starting pitchers in Rangers history.
Lance
Just
Lynn.
watching some awful baseball in the up nosebleeds.
Nice.
But loved it. Like, didn't
Eating
know
it
that.
up.
In my head,
Eating
that
it
was
up.
like the height of life. Like, it will never get better.
I'm
didn't
actually
have to worry about
considering.
it.
I don't know if it has gotten better.
I'm actually considering
actively gotten worse.
doing like kind of what you're talking about for the Stars.
Ooh, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
obviously 41 home games, but like if I could get like a
10, 15.
like a 10 or
Yeah.
15, like I really think I could
That'd be super dope.
make that worth it.
That'd be super dope. Yeah, Tebs contributed Gabe Kapler. That's a good one.
Gabe Kapler.
Oh, dude, Gabe Kapler? How can I forget about Gabe Kapler?
All right, who are some random Cowboys of our childhood? Do we have anything else to talk about? We don't want to talk about Masters too much.
Yeah,
I am really
Come-
excited.
Tune in whenever we're live with
Yeah.
our
We
Masters
haven't given our
episode.
Mavs takes yet, but
We started with the Mavs.
Oh, did we?
We started
Okay.
with the NBA.
Yeah, Mavs.
Gotcha.
Mavs.
I saw today the Mavs had the 5th best odds. No, excuse me. One power ranking that I read had the Mavs at number 5.
yeah. So
So-
the national media keeps doing this thing where they don't acknowledge us at all, and
then
then
all of a
we're the best team on earth, and it's like, stop doing that. They're doing what I did when I was like, we're incredible, and then as soon as I say we suck, we get good again. So now I just don't say anything. But
Oh no, we suck again.
I will say before we move on to random players, Jason Kidd has done a much better job lately. I'll give him that.
Hey,
Whoa.
He's figuring out the
Whoa.
he's figuring out the rotations.
If there was a visual representation of Tyler looking
not
in the,
put that on the
looking in
internet.
the mirror,
that was.
it
hey,
was that.
Do not
You
post that
mirrored
clip.
up right there.
It was
I don't.
that.
I
You
don't
mirrored
want.
up.
He
I don't.
said-
I don't want a clip of me saying anything positive about Jason Kidd on the internet. Please do not post that this
We'll
week.
clip it.
Jason Kidd, he's doing pretty good this year.
You know, I'm just really. Jason Kidd's been good.
I think
I've got to follow it as just something awful about him.
he's a pretty good head coach, but he is bold. So that was Tyler. Okay,
You know,
all right,
random
random
Cowboys.
Cowboys. I'm gonna start out with Patrick Creighton.
I loved Patrick.
It's a random
Creighton.
one.
Doug Free.
Laurent Robinson, was that his
He
name?
came to our school, told us to drink more milk and go outside.
Thanks, Doug.
Straight up. I was like, you know what? Yes, sir.
Miles Austin was always a
Austin.
great
Oh,
one. Yep.
yes.
Not random, but Terry Glenn. R.I.P.
Terry, yeah, RIP.
Who's the wide receiver we got from the Lions? Number 11?
Roy
Roy
Williams?
Williams.
Roy Williams.
Hi.
Other Roy Williams.
Other Roy Williams.
Yeah, there was two. There was a
Dat
safety and a.
That went. Dude, Roy Williams is the classic. You go to a Cowboys game and someone is still rocking a freaking number 31 Roy Williams.
With
Hang it up, buddy.
with shin length
Yeah.
denim shorts.
No, I like it. That to me
And
shows
Jordans.
that,
Yes.
that shows commitment to me.
No, but it's like
I like it.
But it's like that's okay with I don't know, Ian Kinsler or
Just use your tax return and get a new
it's like-
jersey.
That's
Roy-
okay with the team that's won a championship?
no. I'm saying that's okay to have jerseys like Roy Williams is
They
not
at least accomplished things.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
like
I can
like
go
Roy
with that.
Williams is not. I'm just trying to think like
Okay, would you accept a Darren Woodson?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Roy Williams isn't good enough to still be holding on to. Okay.
No,
a
put
little
it
too
up.
high on the.
That's the new game I want to play. Let's find the line
Jeez.
of whose jersey you can still wear. Can you wear a Marion Barber?
Oh yeah.
But you can't wear a Julius Jones.
Oh, I forgot about
No.
Julius Jones.
What about a Felix
No.
Jones?
No.
Oh, Felix Jones.
What about
I do remember these
or like
guys.
What about a Miles Austin?
Or like a guy. Obviously, DeMarco Murray had some success at Dallas. Do not show up in a DeMarco Murray jersey.
Yeah, I don't want to see
He
you in a
played there
DeMarco
for
Murray
2
jersey. I
seasons.
agree.
What is that?
I agree. You can wear a Dez for sure.
You highbrowing DeMarco Murray now?
But I'm just.
We're
like,
too good for DeMarco Murray
Yeah.
jerseys. Yeah, we are. I think
Yeah,
so.
it's like, come on, man.
I think so.
Come on, man.
I don't
Jason
know.
Witten, you can still wear a Witten for sure.
Oh, you can
If they're
forever
a
wear
Hall of
Witten.
Famer, of course, that or a team Hall of Famer, like
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously no brainer, but Roy Williams does not fit that.
Can I wear Quincy Carter?
No,
I
absolutely
want to.
not.
I'm gonna buy a Quincy Carter jersey.
Quincy Carter.
That was my first quarterback, and I loved him. I loved him with my whole heart.
That's my
Mine was
quarterback.
Drew Bledsoe.
That's a fun one.
I remember Drew.
Was it?
No.
Bless
Can
his
you
heart,
wear-
Don't wear
Drew
a
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe jersey. You
I-
can wear a Tony Romo jersey.
Can I wear a
for
Drew
sure.
Henson?
No.
Do you remember Drew Henson?
No, I don't.
He was a pitcher for the Yankees and came in, was like QB3 behind Bledsoe and Romo, maybe. I don't remember.
Alfonso Soriano.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Rangers. Alfonso Soriano.
Do you want to hear something that's going to bum you out with your whole heart?
Sure.
So when we traded, was it the Soriano trade or A-Rod? I guess we got, I don't remember. But anyway, when we were trading one of those two, I guess it was A-Rod to the Yankees. We got to choose. You know, when you're like, player to be named later.
Right.
What people don't understand about that is what that means is we've agreed that it's one of these 8 guys. We'll decide which one of these 8 later. Well, we got.
How long do they typically have to make
I'm
that
not
decision?
sure. I think at the end of that year, maybe. I'm really not sure.
I would love that game.
That would be fun.
I would make it. I would like devote my life to just following those 8 guys. Like
Right,
I'm gonna
for
make.
sure.
I'm gonna make the right choice.
I'm getting this right. Do you want to hear an instance of when it's not fun? We got to choose between Robinson Cano or Joaquin Arias.
We chose Joaquin Arias.
We chose Joaquin Arias.
I know one of those names, and it's
Yeah.
not Joaquin.
Joaquin
Ouch.
Arias Jr. is now, I think, a Ranger.
You remember?
prospect.
You remember Joaquin Benoit?
I do remember Joaquin Benoit.
Yeah, he was pretty.
was big
alright.
for the
Solid.
French.
He was pretty good.
He was solid.
Was he?
Big for the French.
I'm pretty sure he
Former
wasn't.
Ranger / Tiger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he changed. Like he turned into a tiger.
All right.
I'm joking.
That was bad.
I'm sorry.
All right.
But
That was bad.
All right.
yeah, I feel like I'm gonna
You've been
kill
really,
Tony right now.
You've been really good tonight.
It runs
Yeah,
out.
That was.
It
That
runs
one
out on me.
was. Wah, wah,
I can't believe no one in the chat's giving us random names. I'm pretty aggravated
We
about
got a
that.
Gabe
but-
Kapler.
Yeah, Chad's
We
contributed.
got a
Gabe
Gabe
Kapler.
I think
Kapler
it's funny
reference.
that Corey said Doug Free. That's awesome.
Dude, I remember he came to our
That's a good
school.
one.
I remember he came to our school.
Oh, I didn't hear who you said.
Yeah, Doug Free.
Nice.
That's a
Yeah,
good
he
one.
came to our school.
It's a good
He was
one.
That's a good
large. It was like when he was still the backup.
Greg Ellis.
Ooh.
I remember that name.
Could have had Randy Moss. Took Greg Ellis. Greg Ellis was good.
He was good.
He just wasn't Randy Moss.
Right.
But who?
I love some Marcus Spears too.
Yeah, go Tigers.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Are there any offensive linemen that you can wear?
Ever?
Doug Free.
Former.
No.
Yeah.
No. If you rock an offensive lineman jersey, they pretty much need to be like, they need to be a Hall of
It
Famer.
needs to be Zach Martin.
You like.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's a little weird.
That's so weird. Yeah.
Like if you
I-
if you don't have a personal tie to
you can't just love on some
if I
offensive
come in here
linemen.
next week with a Flozell Adams jersey,
I forgot that man existed.
Ozell Adams. That's a good one.
thank you.
But
was
it's
a
like,
deep
okay,
cut right
if you're
there.
wearing a Larry Allen jersey, okay, that's cool. He's a Hall of Famer.
That kind of makes me happy for some reason.
But if you come in a Doug Free jersey, what are you
mean,
doing?
he
Why
came-
did
he
you
came to my school.
You
Papa
spent,
T said Larry Allen.
you
Yeah.
spent money on that. You,
Not
you
much.
spent money.
Spent money on it.
You just ordered random.
It wasn't free.
No. You
Okay.
picked the random.
All right, Corey.
I thought Corey was going to go for
No.
it.
You just picked
He
the
said
random
that I
Dallas
wouldn't do that.
Cowboy uniform off Temu and got Doug Free.
Right.
Okay, but
Like I feel like
why-
Forrest Gregg at a Packers game is a
It's
sick
pretty dope.
jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Why are we more accepting of defensive lineman jerseys though? Because
It's
they
just
get
different
sacks
and you know
stuff? It is different,
Don't
but I can't figure out
don't play
why.
that game.
Why
I don't
is
know
it
why,
different,
but
Ryan?
it is. It is different.
I think I know the answer.
Are you lineman phobic?
It's
right
the
now?
same.
feels like
it's
it.
the same. I am lineman phobic. That doesn't sell any tickets.
It gets you championships.
You're right.
You're
You're right.
I mean,
But it's the same reason that people love receivers and tight ends don't get love.
that's true. You're glorified lineman.
You know the tight ends that do get love? The ones that catch the ball.
That's true.
That's
Not the ones that block.
No. You're not selling any blocking tight end jerseys.
No. You know what? Here's
No
the deal. I'm
one-
getting a
no one-
lineman jersey this year, and I'm wearing it to down and out.
I would wear a Vincent Johnson Wildcat jersey.
Oh,
I'd do
dude, I'd rock a Vincent Johnson
do
Wildcat
it.
jersey. Vincent, get us some jerseys. If you're just into the wild, Vincent, if you're
it.
listening.
No, he listens pretty regularly.
Yeah,
I
if
think
you're
he's in the
listening,
comments a lot.
I need a Vincent
Yeah.
Johnson jersey.
Yeah, I'll wear it on like the first episode
I haven't
or the
s-
first broadcast.
I haven't seen that dude in a while, and I imagine he's even bigger.
I feel like he's for sure getting bigger. Yeah,
I mean, you told me Truth the other day was massive.
Truth is massive. Yeah,
Great name.
Truth
Oh.
Holmes, a fire name.
It's a great defensive lineman name.
Perfect.
One more, Orlando Pace. Could I wear an Orlando Pace
Orlando
jersey?
Pace, yeah.
No.
No, he's
Guard?
a Hall of Famer. Isn't he?
Yeah,
You play
you
guard
can.
or tackle?
And you could.
I think he played guard.
he was a
No,
guard.
if they're a Hall of Famer, you can wear it.
Okay. No final thoughts?
Orlando Pace, man.
We got 6 minutes. I want to
He was
keep
one of my favorites.
naming.
Let's
Baseball, I feel like
let's-
baseball's the opposite. I feel like though. I feel like the more random, the better. Like wear a Frank Catalinato jersey to the Ranger game.
They're like, oh man, this dude
You don't
knows
think so?
he knows his ball.
That's what I think. Every
That's
time
what-
like
yeah.
he knows ball.
Okay, here's
that's not a
here's
Corey
the
Hankins
most
walking
random.
around.
Here's the most random that I could go personally. If you got me a David Murphy jersey, I'd be like, all right, that's pretty cool. I think past
Fair.
that though, I'm not doing it.
What about what's the most random Mavs jersey that you have?
Oh, there's a bunch of Mavs guys that we can name.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, the worst one I ever had was Chandler Parsons.
Oh, you had a Chandler Parsons jersey?
It was just a player tee, but I got it the second it was made available. We took him from the Rockets. It was
it
just
felt
like,
good.
let's go.
He was a dog too
All
at
right,
that time.
let's name some random Mavs from our childhood. Howard.
Sana Josh
Josh
Howard was an all-star. I don't
Josh
know
Howard
if he
was-
qualify as random.
No, I'm just saying
But yeah,
like
that's fair.
childhood Mavericks,
Yeah,
basically.
Josh
Scott-
Howard I thought was
Scott
going to
Job-
be the greatest Mav of all time. Michael
to-
Finley,
That's who I was thinking of. I was
Eric
sitting there.
Dampier,
Eric Dampier,
Golly.
Peja Stojakovic.
Nick Van Exel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Peja was a Mav. Was a champion.
Michael Finley was my first Mav that I really liked.
Oh, Popeye Jones. That's a fun one.
Popeye Jones.
Michael Finley was your first favorite Mav? He was my first favorite
That was
Maverick.
my
Nice.
first. He was
What?
he was the first. He's the furthest back Mav that I remember
I'm
watching.
drawing a
Nice.
blank. It's not Damian Harris, is it?
Devin Harris.
Devin Harris. Yeah. Sorry.
Damien Harris,
dude.
running back.
Yeah, I was like, that's not right.
Played
Devin
for the
Devin Harris.
Wildcats.
He was good. Devin Harris was good.
He was. And then we got Jason Kidd for him.
I forgot about Devin. Didn't he go to the Nets?
He did, yeah. We
Yeah.
got Jason Kidd for him.
Sean
Oh, yeah, that's
Marion
right,
was
yeah.
on the
Sean Marion.
championship team.
Argument. Someone was making the argument that he should. Eddie Nahura, let's go. That's a very fun one. Someone was making the argument that Marion should have his jersey retired.
No,
No.
Really?
no.
Jason Terry?
Could we retire Michael Finley's jersey, though?
Probably.
No.
I think Jason Terry should get his retired.
Yeah.
What do you
Just
think?
for the shot
Yeah.
he made in the finals.
I'm okay with that. Here's my thing.
He was a good Mav.
Yeah, very good.
I'm a little bit more liberal with retiring jerseys. Like if you're on, I don't want to say a Mount Rushmore because that would only be 4, but I'm okay if no one wears number 31 again. That's fine with me. We can let Jason Terry be the last 31. That doesn't really bother me that much.
Derek Harper?
You do not remember Derek Harper.
No, I just looked up names.
You
I
might
don't know. Maybe
you might
Jet-
know his work
maybe-
as a broadcaster.
Maybe the Jet shouldn't have his retired.
If
I'm not
Brad
sure.
Davis has his jersey retired, I think we can
I don't even know
retire.
what it is.
He was like the first big Maverick
He's a
when they were
6'3"
an
point
expansion
guard.
team.
He
White
was a
dude with a
playmaking
mustache.
perimeter creator.
Twas. Papa T about to fill us in on some Brad Davis info. I
Yeah.
know he is. Dude, me and Papa T have been texting a lot. We have some good convos.
Oh yeah.
Ro-
We do?
Rolando Blackman?
Yeah, Rolando
Blackman was a beast, yeah.
He was the first Mavs star.
Yeah.
Like
And then we trade him for Adrian Dantley, I believe.
Ew.
Yeah.
He's not on
Or maybe
this
that was
list.
vice versa. Mark Aguirre is who I'm thinking of. He was also
yeah,
one of the
he's good.
first ones in there.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. We can't retire
I
Steve
about to
Nash.
say,
but-
he doesn't count as a Mav, like an all-time
No.
Mav.
In my head, he always will, but yeah. Probably a Sun, if we're being honest. That's a bummer.
That's
Those
disgusting.
Suns teams were incredible,
Tyler,
though.
2 minutes.
Okay.
You've got 2 minutes.
Okay.
Give me your all-time Rangers starting lineup.
Okay, behind the
Ooh.
plate, we got Pudge Rodriguez without a doubt. First base, it's got to be Rafi Palmeiro, I think.
Okay.
I think. Second base, I'm going to get a little tricky here. Michael Young was a second baseman for a good while. But can I put him over Simeon?
I keep
Let me
forgetting-
come back to second base. Shortstop, obviously going to go Seager. Third base, we got to go Beltre. My 3 outfielders are going to be Juan Gonzalez.
Wyatt Langford.
Okay, can I cheat? Can I only put what they've done in a Ranger uniform? Sammy Sosa doesn't really count.
No, well, so I was gonna say you
have to take them as they were as a Mav,
No,
or as a Ranger?
You cannot put Marcus Semien on this team. He's only played 2 years. Like
Okay. But I
Michael
can
Young.
put Seager.
He's
If I
played
can't
3.
put Seager, give me A-Rod then.
No,
I'll take
no,
A-Rod
no,
at
no,
short.
no. Seager won a World Series MVP for us. So.
Okay, that is different.
Michael Young has to be on the
The
team.
fact I don't have A-Rod on this team right now is wild. Our only MVP. Him and Gonzalez, who I have already. If we've got 3 MVPs ever, they need to be on the
My
team.
outfield would be
Juan
Jo-
Gonzalez
Josh
has to be on
Hamilton's
there.
making
Josh
the
Hamilton
outfield.
really needs to be on
He's
there.
being-
he does.
he's on
He
there.
does. So him, Juan Gonzalez. Dude, I kind of want to put Pompey in there.
I would.
There was like a 5 minute
put Bobby in there.
5 minute conversation where you
Tried to talk you.
tried to talk me into that Adolis is the greatest Ranger of all time. You're crazy.
Okay.
That was a prisoner of the moment, as Luke would say.
I'll let A-Rod be the DH. How about that? Are we cool with that?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Who's the starting pitcher?
I mean, it's got to be Nolan Ryan. Yeah. It's got to be Nolan Ryan. I could build a rotation of Nolan Ryan. Put Evaldi in there. I don't care. I don't care. We don't win the World Series without Evaldi.
Without a doubt.
Give me Evaldi. Give me Cliff Lee, maybe. Fergie Jenkins has to be in there.
You Darvish?
Yu Darvish is up there.
Yeah,
gotta
Darvish
be.
needs to be in there. Yeah.
I wish he could have had some playoff success, but the dude had
man.
crazy regular season.
He was
success.
ridiculous.
dirty.
He was great, dude.
And the influence for my greatest tweet of all time.
Yeah, ever since I left the city, you.
Yep.
Very nice.
Corey says that is how he knows me.
At one point, that's the only way I knew Tyler.
Oh, that Tyler kid? Yeah, he had that cool tweet one time.
Literally.
Okay, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Final thought, forgot that Vince Carter was a Mav there for a little bit.
How could you?
Yeah, I
he
just
had the
forgot.
buzzer beater against the Spurs when we almost beat them in the 2015 playoffs.
I was scrolling through a list of the Mavs, and I was like, Vince Carter, look at that. Totally forgot. Anyways.
Okay, I guess we'll be back next week for the Masters.
Yeah.
And then that Saturday as well. It's not going to be an episode of Down and Out, but from noon to 2 right here on Chad's Media, doing a live show from Sabo Provisions. If you're in town or anywhere near, just come hang out with us in person at Sabo Provisions. But yeah, until then, that's Ryan Humphreys, Corey Hankins, I'm Tyler Lennon. Love y'all.